Hello and welcome to the first day of Fearless here at the 2025 League of Legends World Championships. I'm Box Kimchi. This is the kimchicast. Potato, potato. You know how this goes already. As we have two best of threes lined up with Fearless. As well, I guess Fearless best of ones are a thing. Doesn't change anything, but they exist. As we have the first two advancement matches here at the World Championships. So who's going to the knockouts? Well, the first series we got here is KT Rolster, the 3 seed, shockingly from the LCK, running all the way to 2 and 0. I don't know how they did it. Well, I mean, I guess they won their games. You get what I mean. On the other side, another shocking 2-0 team, Top Esports, the runners-up from LPL Summer. They are the 3rd seed, of course, as they had to qualify through regional finals thanks to the sheer amount of points anyone's legend has, who we will see later today as well. And I say it's shocking not because Top Esports are a bad team, but because they don't do this. They are not a team that has historically performed internationally. They've made, I think, I want to say they've made quarterfinals in 2 of their 3 Worlds appearances, and then they bombed out famously against GAM on the last day of playoffs. Or on the last day of the former group stage back in 2022. So expectations were low coming into the tournament, and they've looked really good. And my pick'ems are already ruined. Oh my goodness. Genji losing killed everyone's pick'ems. But TES would be the cherry on top to ruin it. So we are right into the draft. Everyone's favorite thing in the universe, the draft. As you see the Kanavi ban, Kiana ban. Kanavi is just not allowed to play that champion anymore. Him, Junja, and Tarzan all just got to show off how much they play this champion, like how good they are at this champion. They all just got to show off for a little bit. And yeah, the world's regretting that one. Every team is regretting that one. Because what are you doing? Sneeze. I hate when I have to sneeze, because I just never sneeze. But I have to, but I don't. What the hell? As that is Wukong. Sorry, I just noticed something completely unrelated to this. Why are these here? Okay, that was weird. So Wukong locked in. Nico Jarvan. Jarvan is famously winless right now. People are kind of dunking on teams for drafting Jarvan. He's continuing to go completely, like, he has yet to do anything at this tournament. But you still gotta think he's good. He's still really, really valuable. I mean, the Jarvans have been good. It's not that Jarvan's been playing poorly. He just doesn't win. Is Rumble going to be locked in here for perfect? But I just want, I mean, actually, you did hand over Wukong, which is maybe the best jungler in the game right now. So that is a bit of a difficult justification. Justification to make words are so hard. As broke the draft again. God damn it. Broke the draft again. It was Aurora locked in for BDD. Okay. As this would be pretty good. They do give them their mid lane option here so far, or their mid counter in exchange for getting the champ that seems to be the second best ADC, as I think Caitlyn is the best still right now. I think she's just so strong. And Donkdom has played 2 games of Caitlyn, and he's looked really good on her both times. I don't think you can hand this over if you're home. Like, if you're Top Esports, you're saying ban the Caitlyn. Like, I think this is not Ooh, not worth giving over. Why would you do that? You're into Kai'Sa. Like, I mean, you're going to lane swap anyways, but that is the thing. You're going to lane swap the. If they pick the Caitlyn, you're just going to go into the Rumble and try and keep it even. Is Ornn going to be the ban for KT? Now, what are we looking? I mean, yeah, I'm still saying Caitlyn. Like, there's no reason to give Doctum his only champion of the tournament so far. And when he's looked really good on it, actually. It's going to be the Alistar. Taken away from Peter, though. So top esports. We're going to take their mid lane here. Sion taken away. I mean, actually, they could go for whatever. They don't even have a counter pick. They wanted to lock up their support bot, or just their entire bot lane super early, and that's kind of all they're going to get here. As with blind top, there's no Sion for 369, most importantly here. And they would really like 369 to be on a super engager. But they won't. And it will be Cream on the Annie. His first of the tournament, second Annie of the event. That is Corki, Nautilus. Yep, they're just pretty confident in locking that one in pretty instantly. As Doctum first not Caitlyn game of the event. That'll be fun to watch. Well, I guess we'll see if he can do it off of this champion. Is 369 just going to lock in the Ambessa? Anyways, he will just go for the Ambessa regardless of the outcome, regardless of what KT lock in on their bot side. This is a violent comp for both sides. Both of these teams want a full send. We've seen all year what Cuz can do with this Wukong. We've seen what Aurora can do. We've seen some great Ambessa plays. Of course, Kai'Sa, Nico, and Nautilus have all looked great in this tournament, and Jarvan and Corki are here. And Annie hasn't been here. She's only been here a couple times. So it's a matter of time. Ooh. That was so bad. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Oops. But it's game one of the maybe most, I mean, for these two teams, the most important series of the season. Besides maybe the Gen G series for, yeah, I think the Gen G series for KT is about it. But so far, most important series of the season. You can be safe from elimination, and that is kind of... Why is this on a different... How even? How even? Sorry. Obi's being annoying and stupid. But so much advantage. Like, getting out of this early is some advantage. Less film. There's just less film against you. You can't get eliminated, obviously. Like, the most important thing is you are locked in. You're guaranteed the easiest matchup possible based on the overall seeding of the event. As onto the Rift we go, but I mean, as in, there is, how do I want to phrase it? But I guess, yes, if you're 1-0, you're guaranteed a 3-2 team draw. So you're against the technical, like the weakest by technical definition of you're guaranteed the weakest available team in terms of at least performance at Worlds so far. It's looking like one of those teams. I mean, you look at the teams that it can be. Teams that can go 3-2 are T1, Gen G, BLG, and HLE right now. So it's not. It's a really good 3-2 pool potentially at the moment. But it's still doable. And that's what's going to matter here. And I mean, you look at the teams in that pool, like BLG have looked pretty rough. HLE have looked pretty rough. T1 have looked really rough. This is going to save you a lot of struggle later on in the tournament for just 2 good games. That's all you gotta do. Hong gonna continue to lay down the harass here. It's Jackie and Doctum a little bit of trade with each other, but Jackie will win out in the end. The pressure Hong puts on with the pop, or not with the pop loss, with the blooming burst, too much to handle so far. Does Annie have more attack range than? I actually don't know, because you do this to abuse range advantages. I'm gonna go check now while this is all happening as we look at the pathings. As it's two, oh, it's Oppo clears. Okay, it's Oppo clears, so we're chilling. I forgot you can hear my typing now. I'm not used to that because I used to not be able to hear that, but now I had to turn stuff up. Annie has 625. Yeah, that's bigger than Nico's. As the sun comes through, BDD. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, Konami 16-0 K or 16 KDA after last game. Wow, 75 more range. I did not expect that much. As combo does not connect for Hong there. As it's going, yeah, we're just going to see completely isolated junglers. But the thing is, or I get, well, spotted out is Cuz, but the difference is Cuz is in a position to potentially gank as his bot lane is pushed in. Kanavi is sitting here. As there's the flash, the W, and it's incineration for Cream and Kanavi in the mid lane. BDD dropped for first blood. As Kanavi getting his KDA up to, I believe that would make it, actually that would make it 17. That's not how the math works at all, I know. Barriering there. A barriering for Doctum to try and get his Nautilus out to safety. Interesting strategy. I don't think he needed to. Well, I guess he hasn't. Okay, they finally are going to guess where Kanavi is. Unless they have vision, do they have a word there? I'm just gonna say I think they know Kanavi's pathing up there. They're pathing down there, sorry. So he's chilling. Cole finished. Cole finished or Cole started. Tier started for Doctum and Jackie and Doctum respectively, is Cuz hasn't spotted Kanavi. BDD knows Kanavi's in the bottom river right now, but he does not know where. As there he is. He's just gonna push him away. As that was pretty close. Like, knowing your ability ranges does wonders for you. The flag attack doesn't connect, but he's got Cream some pressure released. As Cuz back to bot side here, but not really a gankable position unless Peter lands something. And yeah, these players this tournament have been crazy. As Tibbers is in, and Tibbers is, well, he doesn't have stun. What do you mean doesn't hit the? I was just about to say. I will say the other thing is KT have not played anyone particularly impressive. As nice damage coming out, they're going to pop the heal here to try and chase down a little harder as Kanavi was on the way, but they knew. So they burn heal, but it's to get more lane pressure. And I did not mention that, but yeah. KT's games, not particularly impressive, or not against particularly impressive opponents. Being in pool 2, they did draw a solid looking, or not, sorry. They did draw MCoy, who looked okay entering the tournament at least, and then just, yeah, that didn't translate to the tournament at all. And then they drew Team Secret Wales, who looked really good on day 1, and kind of held their own against KT, but it just didn't really matter because they have no Bob Brow, or yeah, they have no Bob Brow. They're just letting him take He'll just steal the Krugs, and call it a day. His first streak goes over to My Brain is Frying, Top Esports. Brain for as Cream going to dodge away. Not even an instacast or I don't know why Cream does an instacast there. There's literally no downside. If you're gonna use it, just use it. I'm trying to find something. It is. I was right. So we have 20 seconds, and that one he missed. We have 20 seconds till grub spawn, as we have broken the overlay. Welcome back, old overlay. I like it. Anything? I mean, there's no really accelerated players, obviously. We're only one kill in, and the gold diff is exactly the kill as Cuz starts up the grubs. Ooh, Smite comes down, but there's the Cataclysm out as he's forced to dash and flash away. And Cuz retreating as Cream is here to try and down, or not here to try and lock this down, but he's here to bodyguard in case Cuz returns. As Jackie and Hong have finished the lane swap. As Dong gets a plating down in the bot side. That's a decent response. Yeah, it's a decent response, but you also have to remember that they have given over 2 objectives now. This is the entire, like, this is feats of strength pretty close to being, or well, the feat of monster slaying close to being secured as Peter is here, and he does have ulti. As Dong picks up a second plating on the bot side, and he's been locked down. 369 just going full send. Can't go further. Peter's still here, and Dong has defensive sums. That was completely possible to go for. I mean, it was a good ulti. The minions did not die fast enough, though. It's Kanavi going to try and burst down this top turret as much as money as they can get into the pockets of Jackie Love. This 369 just has to give. It's a decent race, but the issue is there's more plating stacked up now for the side of, ooh, nice between worlds, but BDD gonna get stunned on by the Tibbers. That means that they will be able to survive. His first turret will go over. Yeah, there's just way too many players. They will at least get the money, so they're fine with it. But there's so many players that they had the extra, what do you call it? The tower armor reset came through for the side of KT because they got the plate quite a while ago. It's perfect. Gonna get chunked for half his health and walk away. It's really, he has a 13 CS advantage. Jeez. 12 CS advantage for BDD. Yeah, I mean, KT are just farming better right now, but they're still 400 behind in gold because they did have that turret response, of course, at the top side. And the kill going over to Kanavi and Cream. So what is... I mean, we're waiting. It's more waiting. 130 as Hong. They kind of knew. They know how to count. We've confirmed that KT Rolster know how to count their minion waves. So, yeah, 1 minute on Dragon now makes this a little concerning for no Pop Blossom, no Tippers. So they have no hard CC besides Flag and Dragon, Nico, E. And they do have Public Execution, which is a CC. I don't know if that really counts the same. Cream has Cuz on his side. He will spawn Cuz, and he has Kanavi coming. So it's playable. They actually haven't spotted me there, and that's the jump in onto Cuz, and now Kanavi gonna Cataclysm his Cream. Flashes forwards here to secure the stun in the Cataclysm. Or to secure the damage. He didn't have stun. And so Cream gonna pick up his first kill of the day, and that's 2 gold shutdowns already started for TES. So they're now up about 1.1 thousand gold. Yeah. It's up to 1,200 now. And they just get this Drake for free. Cuz is dead. He's coming back from spawn. They have 4 members here just shredding up this dragon. And so they will pick up the feat of monster slaying pretty quickly. At 12 minutes, not bad. Yeah, BDD doesn't even have his item yet. Well, he will have it on reset, never mind. There is the Triforce 4 Doctum and Cuz coming through. That's currently waiting. Currently waiting for Cream to take a reset so he can grab his first item because he definitely has it. As Kanavi is spotted, he's just gonna have to smite this. And he will have to just take the Gromp. It's a consolation prize. Peter finds 369, but I don't think that's what that really means. I think 369 has found Peter. Jeez. I mean, he doesn't die for it, so who cares? But that was not the best option. Not the best choice to make if you are the KT support. I guess you bought time, but that didn't really do anything for you. As they mentioned on stream, I do believe Jackie is the second player's Cream looking for the ulti. He's just running forwards because he can. I believe Jackie is the second player to use his own skin here. The first, of course, being Carrier on his only game of Bard. They didn't get it yesterday because CFO know not to give the best Bard in the world Bard. Hong lands the hook here. I don't think he can really get anywhere. No, Tangle Barb secured. And Peter just gonna blast cone out. As KT kind of have an angle here onto Kanavi. And Kanavi gonna be able to flag and drag away from the second Cyclone cast, most importantly. And so he keeps his shutdown, keeps himself alive. And KT find only a flash in the top jungle. Yeah, now the gold, or not even the gold, the CS has mostly evened out as TES. 369 going real deep as here's BDD. Jackie Love ulting in. And they're going to get the Between Worlds. Jackie gets chunked, but here comes Hong. As the jukes are nice, but jukes mean nothing when you have the Drake Hound step. Kanavi needs to start running away. He's going to get equalizered on as there's the flash in. And now overheating is perfect. He's overheating in the Cataclysm, but it's not going to be even an issue as Kanavi falls to the Hydra Flame Spitter. And top, get the bot turret. They will eventually get this mid turret. Ooh, just not enough damage yet. But they will get this mid tier 1 in response. It's slightly less gold than the bot tier 1, but it's still acceptable. As Herald is here, Kanavi needs to make it back. Here comes Tibbers. And it's 3k. Kanavi does not have flash. He should not go for this play, right? And he doesn't, no. KT will just get the Rift Herald. There's not really a reason to go in. Top Esports do pick up the feats of strength off the back of that kill in the bot side. At the hands of 369, Jackie getting the assist as well after coming in from way downtown. I was wondering why he was ulting. And then you see, yeah, you see that right here. Nice, about half his health taken already. And then he has to ulti out. And so Jackie forced a barrier so he doesn't explode, but they get the flash out and it didn't even matter. Hong doesn't really have anything. And yeah, Kanavi, he had nowhere he could really go. He couldn't go across into the middle of the river because Duckdom's coming. So eventually he gets cut off regardless. And KT probably will pick up that kill no matter what happens. As if you are, I mean, no, nice, we got the overlay back. But the LPL fans surely are happy with this so far. 1,700 gold lead on the side of Top Esports. Cream looks great. 369 is rolling a 9 so far today. Kanavi's busy on the map. And he's gapping Cuz at the moment. Cream gapping as well. Like, this is just weird. This is not top esports. What the hell is it? Who are these people? This is not top esports. It's because chunked down or hit by the Void Seeker already. So we're close to getting our Rage Blade on this Kaisa. So here comes the teleport from BDD. Yeah, from BDD. It's everybody in the river. Rift Herald's going down. They're going to try and get some pressure, and they're going to ride into the center. They're going to find Cuz, but there's the equalizer from Perfect, and it is indeed Perfect. As Cream is down, and Perfect finds the kill, but they're going to still get the dragon here as they're chasing down Docked Up at BDD on the back. Finds Jackie for Perfect, and 369 has to run for the hills. And so big for KT. 4 for 1. They get the Herald, but then Hong in instant answer from Perfect there. And so much damage coming out from 369 and Cream, but they just don't have enough to finish it. They have to start running. Great run through there by Peter with the Rift Herald. So they still get the Dragon, but then BDD in the back unaccounted for. And they don't even get Donkdom for it. Perfect with a double kill there. And he just went nuclear. 3-0-2. He picks up every takedown. The only member of KT to do that. Or well, 2-0-2 in that fight, obviously, because that was a 4-person kill, or 4-kill fight for KT. They lose the Drake. They're not going to really care, because they are in a strong position now. They've equalized the gold lead entirely, apt considering what Perfect just did in that fight. Oh, well, I don't think we have Atacon in a minute. As much as we could have Atacon in a minute, we don't have Atacon in a minute. Like, there's no chance either of these teams are going, yep, 20-minute Atacon is what we can do without completely not how little damage we have. We could totally 20-minute it. No. This is... It's on top side. I gotta look for the little barrier. Because that is... Monomoon, I finished for Donkdom here, so it should have a little more value. It will have more value than just the Rage Blade alone on Jackie Love. I don't know if that really matters. Perfect. Picking up his... God, don't be like that. Picking up his Zanya's Hourglass now. So he's going to be a lot bulkier into this double AD comp of top esports. I say double AD like it's not common. It's so weird that we see double AD is fine, but double AP not as much. It's cuz they're calling... Okay, well, I was joking, guys. They are going to actually call for it. It's control words. Can see what's going on. Peter going to get hit a little bit. As Hong is here. And now 369 teleporting in. Jackie here coming in right with the rest of his team. And they're going to try and punish this teleport. And that's the jump in onto Perfect. Hong is not in position to be able to answer this right now. And they're going to find one. The equalizer is so perfect from Perfect. They're jumping in, trying to find anything they can. But Top Esports are running and they can't find the blood. They can't find the kills. 369 with one. BDD's going forward and he's gone in too deep. But there's no punish coming in from Top Esports. And now KT with the free... Ooh. It's still there. The health bars are not very high. Donkdom going forwards. Kanavi so low. If they want to try and steal it, it'll be a miracle steal. And they won't get it. Atacon over to KT. And yeah, I mean, that is just... Hong is waiting way too long there. Look at this. They have the teleport coming in. They're waiting still. They let KT just pile onto him. I mean, he survives entirely. But then the equalizer, again, is so good. Cream can't play the game. Kanavi's already shredded. That Zanya's probably... I mean, it doesn't save the fight, but that Zanya's is really nice. It's a good flash by Jackie Love there to bring Peter in. So they at least get something, but it doesn't really matter. You take those every single day if you are KT Rolster. And gold 300 apart right now. It's still doable for top, but they need to actually engage because they kind of just forgot to. Kanavi needs to get out of dodge. As the spear for 369 means he's gonna have some insane uptime, and Hong has had the proto belt for a while. But Drake in 15 and KT have control of the river. 369, no teleport. He's gonna just start pushing in this bot lane even more. He's gonna put a little bit of pressure on KT. Drake started by KT, and it's going to start hitting top esports as 369 unspotted. Well, no, he's spotted. Never mind. As BDD watching the flank, 369 watching BDD's flank. As there's the jump in, the equalizer is perfect. Konami is shredded, but there's 4 members hit by the pump blossom, but there's no answer from top esports. They'll find perfect as Peter is jumping in onto Jackie. Jackie finds the one, flashes away. Is he going to get out of here? He will get out with his life. But there's no dragon to take. And that's kind of the most important thing, because huge engage, or gets engaged on Cream with the Flash Bear stun. No, that was Flash Incinerate. As Doctum gets the revenge on a killing spree, he finds Jackie with the double. BDD chasing down Cream. He gets stunned up, but this is unsure. Fire trample for Doctum. And he looks incredible as KT keep on rolling in these team fights. 369, there's no... They're fighting 3 different fights. 369 playing chicken with BDD. Cream and Perfect going off in a 1v1. And then Kanavi, Jackie, and Hong just 3v4ing. And this re-engage is pretty nice. But then Dunkdom has so much go forwards potential now. There's no CC to stop him from just Valkyrieing forwards and flashing after to keep himself in this play. And eventually he picks up the 3rd kill. Huge pick on forward. The AD carry of KT rolls. And you see the hand pile that came through after to celebrate. And it's not out of reach. But KT do have the lead. They have 3 items on their ADC now. As Dunkdom with the Collector. This is impressive. 5-0-4 now. Perfect has been playing really well as well. Or on top of it all, I guess. Like his equalizers have just been so on point. It's crazy. KT just suffocating top esports vision in their own jungle here. Cream standing strong, holding the turret. Oh? No, Konami knows now. Okay. Yeah, no, he saw Doctum and he knows that he should not be over there. As Peter going to play on the edge of the vision there, going to burn his Ignite. As Doctum up to level 15, 2 ahead of Jackie right now. He's so powerful. He is going, I mean, he makes up a ton, of 1,500 gold lead, as they could punish Cream here. He has no flash, and that's just going to be the burn instantly onto Perfect, but he's getting shredded by Cuz on the back end. And top lose their mid laner again. Cream deleted. And KT aren't even going to go for anything after this. They're just going to continue being a nuisance, as Doctum is just too strong. Konami cannot fight him. There's no chance you can contest this if you're Konami. This is a scary old Yordle in a plane. 369. That's his 2-level advantage. So he's returning Jackie Love's level deficit, at least. I mean, we look at it, 3 items on Jackie Love now. He has all 3 upgrades. I mean, a big difference here is Top Esports do not have, I mean, their engages have been whack as hell. Yes, their positioning in team fights pretty bad today so far. But also, they don't have the redemption. We've been seeing a lot of that redemption use as Hong just can't. And he's gonna fall for his sin of missing that badly with the engage. And now Top Esports haul ass, but they're not hauling ass fast enough as the equalizer is huge. But they're still gonna be able to disengage. There's Peter, only finds Kanavi. And KT punish the engage attempt from Hong again. Top already having to swing for the fences, and it's not paying off. It's KT start up the Baron, and TES know that they're waiting. And there's BDD jumping over the wall, trying to get Jackie. They're not going to find him. Peter going to be able to just disengage. His 369 is here, and he finds Doctum, but can he find the kills? As flying in from downtown now is Jackie Love, and have they found their fight? No, Perfect is burning them alive. It's a double for Cuz, and Hong makes it a double for BDD. And they run into the flamethrower of Perfect, and they pay the price. And now the Drakes even. KT almost 3,000 gold ahead. They're going to make it 3,000 with this turret falling. And there's just too much damage. The coordination from TES is still not there. This looked so good at the start. Jackie flashing away, getting out to safety. Peter caught out, but then no one's here to follow up for 369. What an engage by Cuz. And then Doctum will get shut down, so it's a good amount of damage and a good amount of gold going over, but nothing else, as a second ace has hit Top Esports' game plan. And hand pile again. And KT have looked really good in this mid and late game. They have been incredibly, their positioning so far in these team fights, incredible. Like, we see it, they let the dive happen onto Doctum, yes, but they respond with Cuz flying in to deny the Pop Blossom attempt, to deny a Cataclysm follow-up, as Perfect and BDD just tear TES apart. That's Verdant Barrier, ooh. We're gonna see the Banshee's Veil coming through for Jackie Love. It's a little under 3,500 ahead right now for KT, so the gold has grown again. That's Perfect going for the Bloodletters, as the Cream already has finished. He's a more supportive build here, as they're not going to find Cream, but they're going to find Hong, Cuz just the ulti alone. There was an equalizer, yes, but that's not going to matter. Two flashes out now on the side of Top Esports as there's the depth charge onto Kanavi. BDD picks up a rampage. And KT continue to just be relentless on the Rift. They find so many pick opportunities. These equalizers have been perfect. I mean, he's living up to his name right now, as there's the jump in onto BDD, but he's going to get rooted, and there's no damage coming through from 369 as all of KT get to the turrets. They do have a lot of damage. And now they can get sandwiched pretty hard here, as Peter has no ulti, though. They need to pull the trigger. Cream doesn't hit the stun. He takes forever, and 369 is the last man alive. Of the three, Doctum picks up, I think that's 6 and 7. As Hong running from Perfect. The clone's going to expire. He will land the root so he doesn't die. I was right. I know how to count. 7, 1, and 9 for Doctum. He has the GA, so 369's engages are going to be massively inefficient. What do you do? What do you do on the side of Top Esports? I mean, you are theoretically one team fight away, but now the Baron's on the Rift, so you're not one team fight away from coming back into this. Riftmaker actually going to be locked up for Perfect here. Cuz has a GA now. BDD got his Bloodletters and Zanya's. Mikhail's for Peter. They are making sure that they cannot jump on to Dom or BDD at this point. Banshees for Jackie means he has a little bit more safety. But does the safety really matter when it's only one spell and you're going to get shredded? 369 has the Death Stance. As he's looking for a wrap and he finds a ward. Teleport coming in. They're going to jump in onto Cuz as Hong finds only Peter. They don't even get the GA off of Cuz's back. And he finds through with the Cyclone. It's a double kill for Donkdom, and it isn't even a competition in game number 1. Just nothing. They win every team fight from like mid-game onwards. From late early game to now. And it shows as they take the 1-0 lead in the series and are now 1 win away from the knockouts. That's huge. How on earth did TES let this happen this badly, I should say? Like that was bad. That was really, really bad. Like there is no doubt in my mind that Top just did not exist. They had no coordination. They looked lost. Like really, really lost in that game. And it just seemed like they didn't know how to navigate the entire second half. Not even the second half. Like after early laning phase, they just looked completely isolated. There was no communication. There was no communication from these teams. From these players. There seemed to be 2 to 3 different ideas at a time. And they paid the price. As it will now be match point for KT Rolster, 1 win away from their first knockout stage at Worlds in, I want to say, 7 years. I want to say it's been 7 years since KT have made the knockouts, but I'll check that as we will go to game 2. Match point. KT, can Top Esports pull this one back and keep the LPL fans interested, or will the LCK strike first blood in the knockouts? And it is time for the second game of KT Top Esports, as it is a 1-2-0 lead for the LCK 3 seed after a strong mid-late game. And now it is 1 win away from the knockouts. It would be the first time since 2023. I forgot they did make it out of the Swiss stage way back when, yeah. Way back when, aka 2 years ago. They were 3-2 because, of course, they were KT. They got knocked out by JDG, by the way. So, red LPL teams do seem to be their kryptonite, as Kiana will remain on the table. Score coaches this dude? I forgot score coaches this team. That's rad. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Kiana off the table. The LPL has shown to be too damn good at this champion. It's like they're cheating, pretty much. As you see the first Fearless bans. Oh, it's so nice to see the Fearless ticker return after only being here for 1 series at the start of the tournament. As it's Cream's Rise going to be the lock-in for Top Esports to kick off this draft. They've opted to the blue side, obviously. I knew you wasn't going to play today. You bet your ass they weren't. As that is Alistar and Trundle slammed by KT Rolster. That's a ballsy play. And is Jackie just going to do this again? Yep. Your go-forward team, your draft go-forward champions, we're taking the Zaya, the Rakan, and we are going to peel. Where is BLG? I don't know how the hell of all the LPL teams to go 2-0, BLG isn't one of them. Is BDD. Ooh, Casio. 1-1 so far at the tournament. Both of the games were good. Like, both of the games were good. It was obviously a win from Shanks, fellow LPL team. Yeah. Troll T1 and Genji KT fans. This is literally your moment. The first time since, holy cow. It's like the first time in 3-4 years. It might, no, it's the first time in like 5 years. Five, yeah, 2018 was 5 years ago, right? It's the first time in 7 years that KT has the potential to finish ahead of T1 or Genji. Like 23, they made Worlds. Genji made semis, and KT, or no, Genji was quarterfinalist that year, and then T1 won the goddamn tournament. So they matched KT, and then before that, obviously, was the time that only KT made it to. Actually, no, Genji did make it to that Worlds. They flamed out in dramatic fashion. I forgot about that one. Like, they bombed out as they became the first Korean team since 2012 or 2013, I think, to miss the group, or to, yeah, miss knockouts. It was crazy. Yeah, first team since Samsung, the team that would become, or the team that would be sold to Genji. That's crazy that of the two teams, yeah, KT would eventually get knocked out, or no, they didn't. Of the two Korean teams to miss the knockout stage in the region's history, both of them are the same org by technicality as Doctum on the Ezreal. So he's not gonna get Caitlyn again. So this is this is the diversity series. He's gonna have to show that he can play other champions. He already showed he plays a beautiful Corki, which yes, he's been playing all year, but Worlds is a different beast. You got to show you have it in the moment. It's Cassante for 369 here, and Hong going to lock in the jungle. This is not often you see the jungle get the last pick. As Kanavi's Zed going to be locked in easily the first set of the tournament. Shocker, I know. This is, oh man, Zed jungle is crazy still. And they want Kanavi to carry. They had him on Wukong last game, or on they had him on Jarvan last game. They want him on a carry. This is a call. They do have, this is the time to run stuff like this, of course, to experiment with your picks as you have that buffer window, or that buffer of 2 extra losses to throw around, and you have 2 more shots of advancing after this. So it's not like TES losing this series or KT losing this series will be the end of the world. Like, there's no need for them to freak out if they lose this series. If they look really bad, that's maybe a reason to freak out. But if they lose this game in close fashion, or they lose in game 3, there's no reason for them to freak out and panic. At least. Though it will depend on who they draw, because that is the burning question of, there's a lot of teams you could draw, because you could draw theoretically, if you lose the series, you can draw something super easy like FlyQuest or G2. On the other hand, if you lose the series, you could, or 100 Thieves if they make it that far. But on the other hand, if you lose the series, you're most likely facing one of BLG, T1, Genji, or HLE. Like, you're facing one of those 4 teams. Or or the loser of the next series. I almost said CFO. No, I gotta believe. The belief is strong today. And we'll get to that belief after this series. As Cuz, Kanavi will just win those early trades, obviously. He is a champion designed around early level dominance. Cuz is playing a Trundle. He's playing a literal troll. The league player personified, if you will. Jeez, welcome back to Conqueror meta. There is. Welcome back to Conqueror meta? Question mark? No, I'm kidding. I know it's just because these specific champions run it. Like, it's no longer every champion runs Conqueror because it dominates. It's not really a, is it a reverse sweep if it's a 2-1? It's not the same. The year of KT. That would be insane to call this the year of KT. I think that'd be a crime to KT. I think that'd be a crime to the other 15 teams. I think it's a crime to like the other 50 something teams in the League of Legends circuit to call this the year of KT. As Kanavi just look how much damage his passive doesn't get, or he always consumes his passive is how Zed works against monsters. He always hits the bonus damage below 30%, so he always gets it. Because usually, if you're against a champion, obviously it only triggers once, or Zed would literally be the best ADC in the game because he would just jump onto you and then auto you to death after one rotation. So he's not allowed to do that. It procs only once, and then it stops procking for a couple seconds. It's just a cooldown. It's nothing crazy. Like, it's not that crazy, I guess. Okay, that didn't help. Wiki wild. Let me just check to make sure. Yeah, cannot occur every few seconds. Wow, it really doesn't. Okay, 10 seconds. I don't know why it doesn't. Why it says a few seconds. I guess that's the game. A tooltip, whatever. But yeah, look at this. Pre 3 minutes. That looked really jank. And done. 252 clear, and because there's 2 camps left. He literally has time to base and go top side scuttle. Or bot side scuttle even. Doesn't spawn until 3:30, that's right. Or is it 3:30, 3:15? 30. There's no aggressive plays coming out from these laners. They don't really have any positions. Perfect, gonna get a nice combo there, but 2 long swords now in the pocket of Ganavi, and Cuz not gonna contest. Cuz knows that he can't beat me. And he's not even gonna try. Is Ganavi diving? As there's the root, the flash. Is Kanavi jumping in, has the autos, not going to connect. He's so low. BDD, everyone and their mom's here to try and pick it up. And now Kanavi running for the hills. They should be okay here as first blood goes over to Hong. But now Peter's here, so there's going to actually be a scuttle swap. Go to the other side. What an aggressive play there from Top Esports. And that's what we saw early last game, so I'm not going to get my hopes up. Because freaking this team does this. Look at the damage he does, yeah. Zed's clear is nuts. This one change broke Zed. Those clickbait thumbnails aren't correct. This one change kind of broke Jungle Zed. This, oh boy. Great flash. And then, so close. And then, gives it over to Hong. Tom Esports summon the R, and you can see the reaction. They're like, oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah. So close to disaster, because I don't think was in position to really do much else. It's perfect. They are dead even. That is Renekton for you. It does not bully Cassante. It's Kanavi on vision. Hong spotted. Richest man on the rift. No, I'm kidding. He's not even close, but he has the kill. And that's what matters in my heart of hearts as a support player. Yes, sir. Kanavi's super spotted right now. Doctum able to just get away with the arcane shift as Peter is hauling ass to mid. He's coming right back. As, ooh, they're going to try and cut him off here. As Doctum does not really have a position to keep the aggression on in the case that Peter snap engages. He's pretty low on mana. And Ezreal is a really crappy ADC in that sense of being an actual ADC. Because he's a spell weaver. It's like if you try to just auto attack with Lucian, you know? It doesn't work. I guess technically if you try to just auto attack with it's the same thing, but she's a ADC, so no, it isn't. As Perfect. Continuing to jump on top of 369. Petrifying Gaze finds no one so far. Good reaction speed from Cream. And Cuz is Trundle. So he gets Dragon. They have no push in mid, no push in bot. There's no reason for Kanavi to try, or for Top Esports to even pretend that they have a shot at this Dragon. Kanavi has based for the pickaxe. As Perfect is just doing so well. Perfect has been playing this so well. Like, he's just mechanically doing the right things, and it's cool. It's so cool. As Drake did go down. So it's going to be a pretty quick second Dragon here. We did see the second Drake fall at 12 minutes, which is a little faster than we've been seeing it. We've been seeing some slower Drakes this game, or this tournament. As Kanavi's going for an invade here, and he is spotted. He does have ulti, and that's the advantage of getting that second Scuttle Crab, is he has the XP lead. So he has the ult. And Hong is now coming up. BDD is here. Doctum is over here. As there's the portal, and Peter does not find it, and there's the ulti coming out. But now Kanavi locked down, and he has to go back. He will get the red buff here, but maybe there's an angle for KT to get a kill back, and Hong will fall to BDD. Revenge. Oops. Revenge. Kanavi's still here, so KT going to be a lot safer than they might have been had they not. No, jumping in. Peter picks up the kill with the headbutt. He's in perfect position, but now Doctum is not in perfect position. He is going to die here. Oh, no, Doctum falls to Cream. And they get the barrier. Maybe there was a play there. Uh-oh. Oh, and he's going to hold this wave? No, he is not. Oh, he's going to try and buy as much time as he can. Because BDD is here, and Hong throwing down the damage. Or BDD throwing down the damage. Hong just able to escape before the miasma comes in. No, Trundle is here. The trolls are going to war. Cuz going to get the pillar, but that is all you're going to get. It's Hong. He's feeling himself. Oh. Anything? Grubs. Oh, they are super hanging here. They are super hanging. As there's the engage onto Hong again. They keep this going as Cuz first grub down. This would be pretty good for KT to pick up early, as this would be another, yep. Another, ooh, Hong forced to flash out. Great engage by Peter. Good follow up by Cuz, but it's just not synced up properly. So they did not cancel the dash, unfortunately. But they do get the flash, so they don't really mind. And KT get a second objective here, so they will be, again, one away from the feat. Well, actually, no, it was TES last game. So it is the red side, one away from the feat of monster slaying, and the feat, both sides can get the feat of strength here, or warfare. Is Peter's still here? Peter is still here, by the way. It was a triumph. I don't know the words to the song. I really don't. It's gonna be a slow row. Sorry, tired. Oh, tired, sorry. Slow Roa here for BDD. Like, ow, I popped my heel. That hurt. That hurt. Is the CS not quite as good this game? A lot of these players are lacking in CS. Like, they are fighting a lot. As here comes... Oh, yeah, everyone's favorite teleport. Everyone's favorite teleport, Peters. Support teleports, baby. They do get BDD, or they do use BDD to go to 369 here instead of perfect. As Roa is finished 11 minutes. Okay. He just had a lot of gold. Okay. And yeah, 369 just not getting auto attacked. His BDD just zoning right now, and he missed the minion. So 369 got zoned. Successfully zoned, even. We're still waiting for these first ADC items, most importantly. That's kind of, especially for Doctum, that is where this is going to turn. But KT just going to have to surrender this unless they want to run into a potential meat grinder. Peter's here. As they are going to win the Drake, but can they just win the fight afterwards? As here comes Perfect. As Peter gonna heal here, and now jumping in onto Jackie. Jackie with a perfect cleanse there. Hong buying as much time as he can, but Peter, 3-minute gauge, knocking Kanavi into everyone, and Kanavi falls. It's just a feat of warfare going in for KT. Cream trying to get him out, but they're gonna just get 369 before the Realm Warp even goes off. And KT continue to fight masterfully at these objectives. As there's still some... Ooh. No. There's no chance anything crazy happened there, surely. It was non-zero, but it was low. And Jackie, picture, perfect. Cleanse, doesn't matter. Peter, I mean, Perfect buys so much space here. Because 369 can't reach Noctum. He has to go all the way around. You can't dash over walls with this champion. And then Pillar forces ulti. Peter, huge engage. Kanavi knocks the Zed into the 4 waiting arms of KT. And then just great flash Q from Cuz there to make sure 369 drops like a rock. And things just continue to come up. Millhouse. Or, well, KT. Wait, no. Is it coming up Millhouse a bad thing? I don't know. Isn't it sarcastic or something? As Cream will land the root. And Perfect is kind of just in a tough spot. Oh, blind Q. Boo. All right. So it's only 800 gold, so it's not that bad. They did get the first Drake, so it isn't, again, not die. And again, I didn't say it the first time. So they aren't in any, there's no concern of Soul Rush here from KT, which sounds like it should be an ability. Soul Rush. But BDD did slightly win the Roa race. That's about it. It's by a minute, if even. It's a pretty close. It's still an insanely close. I mean, it's 1200, but you see, it's only 200 to 300 per player. So it's your boots. You're a boots diff apart, except for BDD. You're not a boots diff apart if you're BDD, because snakes don't wear boots. So let's see. What's the... These guys are positioning heavily around this bot lane, as there's only 20 seconds on Rift Herald, actually. That is the subjugate, at least, going down from Cuz. Is that a victory? I don't know, really. He's only going to be able to hit 369 with it anyways. As a perfect in 369, speaking of, continue to just stare at each other and not kill each other, because they are Renekton and Cassante. And there's no Black Cleaver yet. Ooh, no. There's just no Black Cleaver yet for Perfect, and 369 is playing Cassante. His Cuz is now up to the top side. I don't think he was spotted. No, he was not. No, they assume he's up there. His teleport coming in, and there's the stun. Perfect trying to stay away so he doesn't get all outed. And that's going to be the Twin Fangs of BDD, picking up his 3rd kill of the game. And it is Rift Herald versus first turret here on the side of... Or no. Yeah, actually it is. On the side of KT, can they do it? They do beat the Rise, so that means they will pick up the feats of strength. It wasn't that close. It's Cuz insta-burning it. And this is going down mid, baby. Bang. And they do get first turret as he doesn't have enough damage. That's Rise for you. Not enough damage. And also he was focusing on denying CS, but he didn't really get that much. I knew he was in a rough spot there. He wanted to deny wave, but he also had to try and get first turret, so he had to live the best of both worlds. And it didn't matter because Perfect was right here. It should just be Archangel's done, right? There's no chance he doesn't have Archangel's done 3-1. Yeah. There's no... Okay, besides BDD, no major item advantages right now on the Rift. It's Perfect. Gonna get chunked down by Cream here. And Drake started by KT. Is there an angle here for TES to get involved? Zed is not the squishiest, is not the tankiest member of any team ever. And Peter's just gonna use the heal here. Jackie gonna get chunked down. He's gonna have to go into the Feather Storm already, and they actually hold the pillar for him. The redemption's there. Picture perfect cleanse from Peter as he picks up another kill. And Kanavi. Here, Hong is going to just take his reset, just getting back in time. Kanavi is at the enemy turret, and he's waiting. He's jumping in onto Doctum, but he just does not have the damage. Peter on a killing spree. He got it with the redemption, baby. And Cream will slowly make his way to getting this tier 2 in the bot lane. He's Rise, though, and he doesn't have the grubs. Just Rise things as supportal combat. Oh, didn't quite have it. You probably should have went for the stun first. It's fine. There's Hong. Actually, going to lock him down. Peter getting destroyed in this as he has to ulti. And that is huge punish coming through from the side of KT Rolster. 2,500 gold ahead now as second items are starting to come in for its members. Slowly. It's actually it's a kind of low econ game. Like, you look at the CS, it's a low econ game here for both teams. Lower econ, I can say. It's still high econ. Most people don't farm like this. Let's be real. I mean, Jackie's doing well for himself, but yeah, no. I can't say low econ because I guess for pro it is low econ, but most people aren't playing League like this. Trust me. They don't farm as good as these teams do. It's perfect. Gonna get this mid wave in. Is Atacon 25 seconds away, and they're... I mean, I think KT could just afford to level to 20-minute this, just on spawn as Kanavi getting jumped on here, and he's getting the Living Shadow out to safety as they jumped in onto Cuz, and he is so bulky. Peter gonna get healed on by his own redemption. Is perfect. Jumping in onto the back line here. Jackie Love forced to cleanse. That's with the dominance, and the re-engage onto Cream is huge. As perfect cleansing, so is just causing mayhem in the different fight entirely. He's not even next to his teammates. He's adjacent to them, and that's nice to call it. As Hong going to lose out on the Spirit Petals, or Bloody Petals. Sorry, Spirit Petals are the second one. As BDD gonna pick up this turret, KT gonna pick up this Atacon uncontested. And they continue to roll in this game. 3k gold lead. Atacon going to make it even bigger without actually giving them gold. As BDD is a pie. And teleport coming in from BDD means that TES don't even get a turret in trade. And this is getting ugly. This series has been ugly. BDD level 15 now. Cream is going to be level 13 and 1. Actually, no, he'll be level 14. Because he'll tick over to 13 probably on the next wave. Yep, on the wave. Ticks over to 13. Kanavi got diddly squat there on this camp. It'll tick over to 14 in about 20 seconds probably. Spirit Visage finished for Cuz. I'm going to keep checking. Oh. And there it is. Okay, so I was actually roughly correct on my timing, as Cuz has found Kanavi in his own jungle, and Kanavi has to ulti, but Kanavi has no more life unless they get Peter. Revenge. As perfect. Going to get jumped on here by Cream. As there's no teleport from BDD, no Peter alive to even teleport. And what a flash by Perfect, if it's even going to be enough, as he's getting all outed on. And now Hong is here, and this should be certainly a shut down to Cream. And that's a good map play right there. They cut the gold lead to 2. I mean, they cut it by a third right there. Oh. Yeah, they cut the gold lead by a third. BDD has Cosmic Drive now. He is so fast. Hong? He gets out. Muramana finish for Doctum here, as I was going to track that until I didn't have time to, until violence happened again. And Drake just starting. Cream does not have teleport. He needs to go. He doesn't have Realm Warp either. He used it earlier in that fight, or in that catch out on Perfect. Perfect does have teleport, and well, he's teleporting. And can Top Esports even fight this? Kanavi's thinking about it, and yep, over the wall he goes. And it's going to be a third Drake to KT, a second Cloud Drake. It's Soul Point pretty easily for the Rolster Colster. And Jackie finishes his IE at least. So Jackie has something. He's just been farming. Top Esports have really not been involved. I mean, 369 has mostly just been fighting Perfect. Jackie's just mostly been farming and watching his teammates not really be able to do anything. Kanavi has done nothing. Cream is trying, but it's just been a very slow-paced game from Top Esports, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for them. As the jumping from Hong is non-existent, and Kanavi's way too far away. Cream is being dragged into this now. As there's the jump in onto Cream with the pillar. As the flash, oh, the Petrifying Gaze doesn't connect, but there's so much damage coming out. Cuz goes on a killing spree, and BDD picks up kill number 4. Doctum going forwards doesn't hit the Mystic shot, so he just has to call it quits. KT keeping the, foot on the gas. As 369 is tanking turret shots. Perfect is here. I don't think he kills him still. Yep. Now tier 2 going down for Top Esports. KT gonna pick up another chunk of sitting gold, as it is still under 3K. But it's slowly becoming an untenable situation. Cuz is 3-0-6 and has a 1K gold lead over Kanavi, which is not what we wanted to see happen. Like, may I remind you, this was not supposed to happen. Like, oh boy. Kanavi was supposed to be this Giga jungler in this game. Sorry. But he was supposed to Giga Gap in farm, and then he was supposed to translate that into kill gold, and it just has not happened. 369's Cassante, he's fine. He's Cassante, he's 2 items. Steric's second item for Perfect, as Baron started here, even without Doctum doing anything to it. BDD is so good at shredding this, and they're going to find Hong with the engage, but Cream already half health. They have the disengage. Peter is just trying to stall for as long as he can. He's keeping himself alive. Doctum has found Cream. No one is found by 369. Jackie falls as Doctum with the triple kill. And is that going to be the penta? No, Kanavi's on the other side. He's gonna get the 4, though. And KT Rolster leave nothing up to chance. They leave nothing on the table for Top Esports. 4,500 gold ahead, and it's going to turn to an even bigger lead once they finish this Baron and this mid-tier 2. And there it is, 67,000 or 6,700 gold lead, not a 67. Jeez, imagine a 67,000 gold lead. A 6,700 gold lead after all is said and done. And it starts with Hong maybe finding a good engage, but Peter's in there, and he pulls 4 members. So Cuz allowed to flash forwards, and then petrifying them all. 3 found, actually 4 found, one of them forced to cleanse, and then Jackie, he pulls the feathers back, nice double, but it doesn't even matter. Perfect zones Kanavi off entirely. In 369, he's all out, but he does yield. He's trying to find anything, but he does not get it, and KT are just so good right now. And this is the form we had them in when they beat this is the form they were in when they beat Gen G. These were their first game wins since they beat Gen G. Like they lost 6 games in a row to close their playoffs. It's been months. It's been like a month or something since they've won an individual game, and they're about to go 4-0 in the World Champ. Like, they're about to win 4 in a row to start their tournament as they jump onto Hong. Peter, so low, but he's going to be able to heal himself. He has the Triumphant Roar. He has the Redemption. And he's not in a great position still. I would not want to be him right now. Disengage this Realm Warp. No one takes it. Shocker. It's Peter. Continue to retreat. Doctor can play really aggressive here. He has so much ability haste. As Drake is here, teleported from BDD. No, there's no teleport from Peter. So they have the vision. Will that matter is the better question. As they've spotted BDD out, and they're going to do about 10% of his HP, literally 10% of his HP, as True Shot Barrage is huge. Cream is getting laid into, no one hit by the Petrifying Gaze, but doesn't matter. Doc Dumb picks up another 369, is in the pit, but he's not going to find a damn thing. He goes all out, and he will find that he is shut out from playing this game. It is all over. KT again, 0-6 since they beat Gen G, a different type of G2, if you will. But that means nothing, as Gen G may have been swept in the playoffs, but they will sweep their way through to the playoffs here at Worlds. Gen G 3-0 in match score, 4-0 in game score. They sweep Top Esports back into the 2-1 pool. As the LCK strike first blood here at Worlds. And that is so big for them here. As 3-0 KT Rolster, who would have guessed it? After their disastrous finish to LCK Summer, you would not have expected this to be the team to go completely, not even just regular undefeated, completely undefeated through the Swiss stage. What the hell? Clean 2-0 from the Rolster Colster as they make their second Swiss stage advancement in org history, only their 4th time in the knockouts. They have not made it past they have not made it past the quarterfinals a single time, as the KT faithful are thrilled. For so long, they've been told to not get excited about this team, and there's still room for error. Like, there's still room for error. Again, 3 quarterfinals appearances, all of them were losses, obviously, or else I would have said they had a semis appearance. Lost to the Coup Rocks Tigers in 2015, who would go on to make grand finals. I feel like that was a pretty fair loss. Lost to IG, who they almost reverse swept, may I remind you. That series was widely regarded as the best of all time for a while. But IG went on to win the World Championship, and then they got 3-1 by JDG, who actually lost to Weibo Gaming, of all teams. Don't ask questions. KT were almost 3 for 3 for losing to the eventual finalists, is all I'm saying. Almost. JDG got close, but they absolutely borked it. They ballsed it up majorly. But Top Esports look way more human today. Ooh. I said KT have not played anyone really impressive. Well, they just took down the only other... Well, obviously, they took down a strong LPL team. The LPL finalists, of course, the runner-ups. Runners-up? I don't know which one's the correct one. I think both are technically correct, depending on how you want to put it. But, yeah, it was like MCOY and TSW. I love TSW, and I think they're doing really well, especially for how their tournament is, or how the expectations were. But this was not the expected outcome. A lot of people were expecting Top to win this series convincingly, or for it to be very close. Because, I mean, Top looks so good entering today, and it just did not matter. KT roll through them as they are perfect through three Swiss stage rounds, and we will see who will be joining them as CTBC Flying Oyster, the hopes of the LCP, up against anyone's legend, the last chance for the LPL, to pick up a perfect record here at the World Championships, and for at least one of their teams. Like, dear God, one of their teams. Please, they are saying, the LPL fans, they need to have one 3-0 team because they cannot be that much worse than the LCK. But we'll see if CFO can get revenge for MSI, or if anyone's legend reinforce their dominance over their little brother country. It's complicated. Don't worry about it. We'll see you in the next series. All right, it's time for the most important series in LCP history. I would say in PCS history, probably not in LMS history, as World Championship Finals. I think that was slightly more important than CFO up against anyone's legend here in the 2-0 bracket. I mean, yeah, easily in LCP history. Obviously, it just started existing this year in the combined PCS as well. I would say, I mean, there is so much on the line here. It has been 10 years since a 8-pack team, and that's including the entire LCP, of Oceania, Vietnam, Japan, SEA, and the LMS. All 5 of those regions combined, who have sent tons of representatives to Worlds, especially in the post-wildcard to everyone makes the play-ins era. It's been 10 years since any of these teams have made the knockouts. They've won 2 best-of-5s in the entire history of their region at Worlds. Both of those, or well, technically they've only won 1, but they've won 2. They've won 3 playoff series, I should say, in their entire history. 2 best-of-3s and a best-of-5 back when Taipei Assassins became the first modern world champion, way back in 2012. So that is what is on the line today for CFO. For anyone's legend, it would be obviously their first knockouts appearance at the World Championships. The former Rogue Warriors were a middle to sometimes okay and then awful team in the LPL, famously signed Doinby, and he did really well, won the MVP with them, and they bombed out before they even made the World Championships. But that's about it. As Junju going to lose his Kiana. Honkyu going to lose his Ori and Azir. As Rest, they took out Driver. They are starting Rest today. CFO 3-0. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, that's fair. It looks weird when it's a best of three and they say 3-0, but I know what they mean. Rest can play Scion, but obviously they don't want it. But they need to try out Rest, in my opinion, just because you got to exhaust all avenues in this situation when you have two starters. But it will be Junja's Wukong. I would say it's not his best champion right now. The Kiana is his best champion entering this tournament, but Wukong is his most played probably besides Xin. So it's really good. Kyle going to lock off this Nico, and it's Yunara for Hope. Ooh. This is, I mean, yeah. Of course, AL 3-1 CFO to knock them out of MSI in the lower bracket quarterfinals at that tournament, if you remember. And see, I mean, they got revenge. They got the revenge. Can you imagine? This team split the season series with T1 as they go 3-3 against each other. And today could be the day that they potentially go 3-3 against against AL. I mean, they could go 3-4, and I'd still be happy, but it would be something. As it's Junja getting the Corki, Hongkyu. No, they're not playing this. Anyways, yeah, this is potentially huge for CFO. I mean, for AL as well, obviously. The LPL as a whole right now is struggling, as it will be the Aurora pivoted to, as the Vladimir hover was just for funsies. But the LPL, every year, it has been one, well, Genji for LCK, but one Korean and one Chinese getting the 3-0 seeds. Technically, depending on how you view the world, it could be still one Chinese, just a different type of Chinese. But it was Genji and LNG, which was really weird. Yeah, LNG went 3-0 at the World Championships. They beat BLG that year in the second round. Yeah, I remind you. They beat them, and then they got smoked in the quarters, of course, as you remember. And then last year, it was Genji, that is cursed, Genji and BLG going 3-0 as Shanks gets his Rise. That's a scary pick there, but the Rise percentage is increasing, and I just love that Rise is back. I just love watching Rise. He's such a fun spellcaster. He's like my favorite insane mechanical champion for no reason, because he's not even that mechanically difficult. It's just a lot of buttons mashed. It's just a lot of mashing, which gets tiring. He's not mechanically difficult like an ADC, but he's mechanically difficult as in you just kind of spam things and things happen. Leo taken away from Kaiwing. Xin going to be taken away from Tarzan here. Actually, the Kiana is kind of a ban of both, because neither side can leave the Kiana up if you watched yesterday at all. Both Tarzan and Junja were insanely valuable on the Kianas. So you can't give an inch with this champion, especially, again, these Chinese players. They know their Kiana so well. Rakan going to be taken away from Kaiwing as well. Has the most played available. Has that Nautilus. I don't think... you can go Nautilus. It's an angle. Do they just target Tarzan again, or do they want to get rid of a pick from Flandre? The good thing about Rest, Driver, and Flandre is they roughly play the same champions, so both sides have to consider banning themselves out to a certain extent. Like, all of them play Scion. Driver and Flandre play way more than Rest. What's the last ban? What is the last ban? Trundle. This visual bug, man, from the... Jeez, it just keeps happening. Rise Vi would be interesting, but it's going to be Tarzan with a bit of a throwback pick. Yeah, this is a bit of a throwback. It's been a while since we've seen Maokai, which is a bit odd. Like, I think it's odd that we have a Maokai here somehow. Not the jungle we've been seeing into Wukong. But whatever. If it works, it works. I mean, it's still really good with Shanks and Flandre here, and I guess that's all they really care about. But I'm not a giant fan of it, as it's going to be Rest on the Scion. Again, why aren't they playing Driver if they're just going to keep spamming Scion? Because they need to test out their top laners, because Rest and Driver have historically, even at international events, split the games. Even when Driver has been the objectively better player, they have split games. Usually Driver coming in to close series as, ooh, that would have been interesting. I hope all the players have fun. You could have wrote AL and it would have been cool. Oh, it's been a little bit since Kaiwing's busted out the Nami, if you could tell. Oh my god, and Flandre with the Kled. Oh, baby. First Kled of the tournament. He's back. We've been seeing a little bit, we've been seeing more and more Kled as the summer has gone on, and now Flandre's busting out Kled at Worlds. Oh, baby. Ooh, baby. This is gonna be good. 2 ultimates that make your champion unstoppable and violently run at the enemy team. Big wide ultimates actually to deny things. Big circle. I guess Wukong's circle isn't that big, but Aurora has big circle. This is actually like both sides just drafting stupidly good team fight comps for no reason, not even for no reason, but knowing what they want to do. This is going to be an aggressive game. As Yunara and Corki, I mean, Corki should not be getting aggressive here unless he hits a level 2 super early. If they can get Doggo super early on the level 2 compared to the Yunara, maybe they can go, but it's really difficult because Yunara has such a strong 2-3 compared to Corki, even with the armor shred coming through. It's just too much. And especially, if Kael just hits 1 engage, it's over. If Kael can hit 1 Tangle Barbs onto either member of CFO, they will, of the CFO bot lane, they just will keel over and die. It's so hard to survive that early engage. Or not that early engage, but that early fight with the Blooming Burst and Yunara just full sending against you as we are in to the first of the final the first game of the final series of the day. And the hunt for the 3-0, and you can see that. Likewise, 5 series loss all season for CFO. 1 to KC, 1 to T1, another to whatchamacallit. Words are hard. Words are hard. Of course, AL, yes. And then it was... Oop. Yeah, they found each other. And that's it. They're not going to get it. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? And I think it was they dropped an in-season series to PSG Talent early in the year. And I want to say they dropped another to PSG Talent in spring. If not, then it probably was they... It had to be a second one. Or they dropped one to TSW in summer. No, they didn't lose in summer. I think they dropped one in... It had to be in spring, then it was TSW. As lane swap, I don't think it's as bad for Flandre in this lane swap. It is terrible for Rest, as he's using probably the best Scion skin. Oh, we got the synchronized skins here, too, for the CFO, not bot lane. Doggo is not using the pink arcade skin, though. So that's tough. And the goal here, actually for Flandre, is he can chill. As he's going to get shoved in, he'll be able to farm. Same thing with Rest, but the goal right now is to soak as much XP as is humanly possible to make sure that they at least keep tempo in terms of level, because being behind in gold is not the worst case scenario, especially for Scion. He actually is generally fine with it. But Flandre will need some money because he needs to build his Hydra. You get to see the early level advantage coming through here. Nice. A little bit of trade. Honkyu has been a menace at this tournament, but he's going to miss the Q. And that's going to... Oh, no, he hit the Q. What did he miss? It looked like it missed. I guess it connected. As there, yeah. And dismounted. What the heck? Flandre teleported through his wave. No, it's a visual error. It's just a desync. It's just normal desync. It's a lot of damage coming out onto Kael. Skywing is here to sustain his mid laner now. But I love visual errors with minion waves because they just cause massive amounts of desync sometimes, and it's hilarious. Let's see. Anything special? No. Cole on the reset for Hope here. Doggo is chilling as Shanks gets his reset off and gets chunked. As Rest is going to have to flash here in a second. You might be able to just survive this, actually. Q back, flash, follow from Hope, and Rest is fine as the Arc of Light doesn't connect. Junja spotted here. Flandre does not have that much courage right now. And Junja going to tank as long as he can, but the remount just in time for Flandre, and that is the danger facing Kled. He has no HP, but he has the Cowardly Lizard HP, and just barely gets the remount. Whew. He has the special gun, as he's 33 HP. Kled, no, he can't regen. No. Yeah, Kled can't regen any actual real HP until, besides leveling up, until his, until Skarl heals up, I believe. Yes, as you can see, the health, Skarl's health heals first, or else, dear God, it would be awful. It sounds bad, but no, it's really good that Skarl heals first. It does come with the drawback of if you get dismounted, you just get destroyed, but let's see. That auto attack is huge, and then he buys enough time to flash, and then Doggo, the clone, gives him it. Oh, that last auto, Doggo didn't auto. Yeah, if Doggo doesn't Valkyrie there, he gets it because you can't auto attack until Valkyrie animation is over. So Doggo just one animation away from securing first blood. I don't know if that was violent tendencies or not. I don't even know. Yeah, you can use violent tendencies while unmounted. So you get gun and you don't get you can't dash. What does dash turn into? Does it turn into move speed? I assume. Oh, it's just unusable. It's just straight up not usable. Okay. But Flandre lives, so we're just chilling for now. As Rest does have the CS advantage, shockingly, to the surprise of absolutely no one, as he was not slow pushed in and stuck under his turret. As there's the damage coming from Honkyu. As Junja, or not Junja, Tarzan. As Kyle, not going to connect here. And then jumping in on to Kai Wing. And that's first blood to the support of AL. And there's no wards. They had the ward available. They didn't use it. And that means first blood and first Drake go over to the side of anyone's legend. In a great start. Tarzan just coming back to the bot lane. And that is the power of Maokai. Point and click CC. It is almost unavoidable. Like, it's so hard to get away from, and that's the ulti coming over too. So he has the Nature's Grasp now. This Flandre is about 20 CS down. Drops plating, who cares? Faded Ash is picked up, so it will be probably the Leandry's picked up first. As Rest just gonna ult into lane. As the lane swap returns, as both sides should be lane swapping. As you can see, that Hope bound to go to the top side. Oh, not in time. Not in time, don't get the cancel. That would have been a little bit of tempo for Rest here, potentially. Possibly a turret plating. Not going to happen, though, so we'll never know. CS pretty even in the bot lane. The assist not doing that much in the grand scheme of things. It is the difference. I can't say it's the difference between Hearthbound and not Hearthbound for Doggo, because he does have he's 3 starter items right now. So he's actually item locked. He's already, I don't know if we have a term for it. TFT, we have bench lock, obviously. I don't know if we have a word for it in League. Like, we don't have inventory lock, as they know that Tarzan isn't here, so they're not actually going to smite the first one. So now they can 50-50. But Tarzan has ulti, Junja has it in response, and then 2 and AL are just going to give this. They said, we got nothing. Chill. Rest does have to give over turret flatings to Flandre. I don't like saying Flandre. Flandre. So, yeah, 2 platings. So it is a dangerous position or a gold advantageous position there for Flandre in the end. And it's not like they really need the help in push anyways. I mean, neither does... As jumping forwards, Doggo looking for a little bit of damage. Nice block there with the clone on the big one. I mean, they have Scion and Corki, so they don't really need the help either. But a Kled and a Yunara are definitely not pressed for turret damage. The dive's coming. Kael, as Doggo insta-cleanses away, Tidal Wave comes in. They're not going to get anything here, and Doggo getting chased down now, and here comes the Realm Warp, as Doggo should be able to get out as his mid laner is here. And both sides play really well. Great positioning there from Kael to get the E, or to get the cleanse out immediately from Doggo. And then a great flash and heal to give him the move speed to run for his life. And Hope just ulting to make sure no one, or to make sure there's a big go away sign on him, as he can just delete anyone who stays too long. And Shanks actually started the rotation. They knew that it was coming, obviously. And Shanks starting the rotation to get the Realm Warp back, and then he just walks back. And then Hongq played it well because he was there just in case there was a response play. Like everything, both sides just played insanely well on that. And the top laners are farming. Look, they finally get to CS. Rest was CSing kind of, Flandre was CSing less kind of, and now they're both actually allowed to play the game, so just let it happen. As they can't drop this plating. There's no chance. So where are we looking on the map right now? We have a minute 15 on the next Drake here, as it is a 1-to-1 split of the early objective, so this is a decent objective start. As it is Kael spotted here. We have nothing really on the map, as that should be plating drop as well in the bot lane. We'll launch, it is plating drop, but just no chance for Rest to hang around. It's so weird saying Rest after I've been saying driver all tournament, as Hongq gets chunked out here, and Shanks going to be able to pressure him out of mid right now. Kaiwing is here. They have the Pop Blossom now on the side of Anyone's Legend, so teamfights are significantly harder for the Flying Oyster to navigate. And 15 now, the timer, and you can see how pushed this wave is, as Kael is topside right now. So they want this plating. They really need to start trying to get gold onto Doggo, as Junja's here, and he's going to get spotted. They're just going to get the plate and leave. They really should not dive this. There's a Pop Blossom. There is a soon-to-be a Realm Warp available. There is a... what is Kled's ulti even called? Actually, I don't know. A charge. Yeah, it's called charge. I should have known this. Yeah, there's a charge. Like, Kled has ulti. There's no reason for you to take this. They will lose the second objective. Actually, Rest is here already. They have an angle. It's going to be a little difficult as Junja's getting stalled, and they've pushed them out. Rest able to rotate out as he got the push back. They may come back for it. Junja's just going to leave it. Drake is slowly getting the beat down on Tarzan. It's not really. He has so much healing. Nope, they just got to give it. Rest answered the wave really well. And obviously mid lane, both sides have really good push, so they can't really get advantage there. Rest doing his job, and his favorite thing in the world to do as Scion, farming up them minions. As he has now caught his other laners, and he's caught up with Hope. Yeah, that is the thing with the Tiamat. You are so capable of knocking out these waves. That's the one thing that usually holds a lot of champions like Kled back, is their lack of wave clear, so Tiamat makes it a little bit better. Makes it a lot bit better, actually. Violent Tendencies is great, as Titanic is finished, and Drake will eventually go over as Doggo hung around extra long in top lane to push in for that plating. So it will be 2 dragons already for AL, slightly slower than we've seen some of the other ones. But a 23-minute soul is still pretty solid. As CFO, okay, pretty normal lane assignments for mid-game now. We have the top laner staying in aside, top mids inside, as Flandre should be able to grab this pretty easily. Yup, big bonk on the tower. As I didn't even notice Flandre had Cole. It makes sense given the game state. Like, there's no fights. It's a Scion, Kled, Rise, Yunara, and Corki game. There's no fighting in this game. It is all farm. Like, Hongkyu, Junja, and Tarzan are like the only ones who want to, and obviously the supports are the only ones who actually want to fight or can, because they have nothing else to do besides clear camps. Like, they clear camps, or can fight, I should say, this early. Like, Honkyu's level, or Honkyu's one item is so much better than Shanks' one item just because it's Roa. It's Liandry's compared to Roa. It's just a better first item. Everyone else needs to really spend their time wisely being safe and all that crap. Honky's waiting for somebody. Now he knows Kyle is here. And he keeps his control word alive, which is important because he needs to just keep some vision for now. Insta clears out the wave. That's why the Aurora's not really worried about it. As ulti in, he's tanking the turret. As Shanks is pretty fine to survive. And there it goes. Realm Warp, not enough. So much turret tank. So much turret tanking. Oh. Hope. Really strong now. They need to be careful as here comes the tidal wave. And they burn the barrier and the ulti there. But Kaiwing loses tidal wave. But it's only Rift Herald on the map right now. As it will not be first turret over to CFO. They just lost it to the Kled. But both sides mostly happy with that trade. Obviously, CFO a little happier as they did get that kill on the top side to Junja. As Doggo just jumping in onto Tarzan. Tarzan, nowhere to go between worlds, and he will fall to Hongkyu. And they get the kill. They actually do get this kill. Just Tarzan not respecting Doggo. We know that Doggo is insane. Taking after Uzi in the Mad Dog. We know he's crazy. Rocket Belt and heal popped now for Kyle. This is huge. And CFO, even out the objective. So it's going to come down to next Dragon or Anagon. I think it'll be next Drake. And then it will come down, most importantly, to the next kill or really the next fight. Is pretty much whoever wins the next fight wins the feats of strength and gets that extra buffed boots. This is definitely not... AL played a slower game yesterday. I mean, both of these teams played pretty long games yesterday. But CFO, this is measured. Last game... I mean, yesterday, obviously, Doggo first blood up in the top side on Doran as Draven under his opponent's turret. And Junja all over the rift going like, what, 4-0 or Doggo went 4-0-4, and Junja was like 3-0-6 or something, and it was crazy, and everyone was all over the place, and T1 was like it was 20 kills for T1, and like 20 something, and like slightly 20 more, like a slightly bigger 20 number for CFO is crazy. Not what we're gonna see though. Don't think this is quite the pace for that kind of game. Oh, no vision here, but they do have Phosphor Bomb. And this is slow. We are relaxing. Let's see. Yeah, they're just going to play patient. CFO are definitely not a full send team. They're not a Vietnamese team. They are in the Gen Gs of the world where they're so confident in themselves that they just go crazy. AL are a team that is willing to fight a lot. And so are CFO, obviously. But these aren't teams who know how to play it slow. Which is a really important skill. You do need to know how to play slow at a certain point. As actually, here comes Kled possibly. The charge from Shelly will connect. I was going to say the charge from Kled. Is it an option? That's a lot of healing right there. As Honkyu is fishing for it. They found Kyle. And Kyle jumping away, forced a flash, and that is a huge ulti there. As here comes the Kled, though. Have CFO been off more than they could do. They're only going to find a Wukong clone. It's a 3-man cyclone, but it's not going to be enough as Flandre in the front lines, forced to flash out. Doggo going forwards. So much damage. The cyclone finds 2. It's going to be the Feats of Warfare going over to CFO. Rest finds Hope, and AL fall for nothing. And this team keeps playing to win. It's 3,600 gold in the lead now as they find 4 members of CF or of AL, not of themselves. They're gonna get this tier 2. They're gonna get the Drake for the feats of strength, and it's on the back of Honkyu making Kyle back off and then baiting. Like, they think they found Junja, and they think they found Junja and Honkyu, and they just leave. The Pop Blossom finds no one. There's no flash to reposition it. I don't think he had Rocket Belt at the time. No, he had Rocket Belt. But you'll see. This is huge, because they get the root, but then the chase down here. Rocket Belt out. It's down. Flash down. There is no reposition. Kyle is raw dogging this ultimate, and Honkyu just flashes out of it. And then Junja forwards, gets knocked back, but it's before his ulti is cast, so he still is in the Cyclone and gets 3 there. And then he flashes in, gets 2 more. Oh, Cyclone doesn't get canceled, that's right, sorry. And then Hope gets shredded by Rest there as he finishes off that kill, or, well, doesn't get shredded, but he gets finished off by Hope, or by Rest on the chase down. And it starts with Honkyu. So much damage, but it starts with Honkyu getting out 2, both repositioning abilities. And then, holy cow, 4,000 damage. Oh my God. 4K for, what the hell happened there? How did he get 4K? I don't even know. I could not tell you the math that adds up to it, because I couldn't even guess. Junja, caught out, will just have to disengage, wants this control ward so badly, and he will get it. As Atacon... We've seen CFO go for some crazy Atacon plays. I mean, we saw them take Atacon without Junja's flash just because. We have also seen some insane, like, crazy plays from these two, from both sides, honestly. We've seen some CFO maybe a bit crazier this tournament, as they have, that game against T1 was something. AL has been a lot more measured than CFO at times, but this game, it is CFO in control. 5,000 gold in the lead. They're showing it's not just a one-off. They can hang right now. And, I mean, we'll see if it lasts the rest of the game, but even just this performance, they have shown they can hang with the best in the world. And that it's not just it's not the factor of surprise. They are staking it to really good teams. But it's a fight away. This is still a one-fight game. If AL find the engage and get Hope to pop off, this is a winnable game. This is a super winnable game still. A 5k gold deficit is not a death sentence, really. The PD finished, though, for Hope. There's a lot of items you could build on Yunara. You need crit, you need on-hit, you need some kind of AP later on in the game. It's weird. She has a really bad itemization trap. I think Natris is a bait on her, but some people may not. As teleporting up. Oh. They did this yesterday. They just started. They started the Atacon, pulled off of it, waited for the enemy jungle to pop in so that they can just delete them with the Supreme Display of Talent. And Rest is on the way up right now. They keep going. Doggo is just standing here at the door, and he's just gonna cleanse immediately, waiting for it, as here comes the Kled, but they have the response immediately. Rest, making sure Flandre can't escape, but there's so much damage coming in. The Between Worlds, Honkyu going in, Kyle finds no one with it. Hope trying to pop off. Honkyu is about to die to the Atacon, as here comes the Realm Warp, as they find Doggo, but will they find anything else? Shanks doesn't have the damage. Junja finds one more. Atacon is resetting, so we're gonna keep going, baby. And Tarzan trying to make the great escape, forced to flash away. Junja with the Cyclone, puts the spin cycle on Tarzan. And they lose Doggo, but they survive on the Razor's Edge again. And CFO win the fight. They get the Atacon. I mean, it starts with Honkyu. Well, actually, it starts with Doggo being such a zoning nightmare for AL. He's just standing there throwing damage into them for as long as he can before they force him to back off. And then when they get his cleanse, he actually has the Kled tethered to him and brings him right to Junja. Right into Junja, right into Honkyu. And we'll see it here. Doggo just continuing to be forwards, and Tarzan thinks maybe they found an angle onto him, and here comes the Kled, and he locks onto Doggo, and he actually just can't do anything. He Valks out of the charge connect. And then this ulti is so good. It knocks Flandre out, actually, and it lets the burn from Leandri secure the kill. No stun comes through. Great pickup by Doggo there on Kael. And then how? Heal coming through from Kaiwing, obviously, as Doggo will fall to Hope in the 1v3 or the 2v3 or whatever. But Shanks flies in, can't find it. Honkyu is literally dying to the Atacon right now. And then they just chase down Tarzan nice and easy. And CFO are fearless in this game. They just do not give a damn. Flandre will pick up the top tier 1 finally. He's been staring it down for so long, and finally actually gets to touch the damn thing after getting doggoed all game and then getting rested. At 404 for Junja again. Such a good game. Another great game. Like CFO are currently a well-oiled machine. AL just do not have an answer at the moment. They got really close there. I mean, they were close to possibly flipping that. I mean, Honkyu just dodges one. He dodges one Q from Shanks, and that meant he survived. And this is crazy. This team is insanely confident. You have to realize like that. This is a level of confidence that most teams, I've not seen teams possess that, like any individual player possess that level of faith in themselves to just go in, pick up 1 or 2, and try and escape on 0 HP while there's an Atacon going, and Hope is ulting, and Shanks teleports on top of him. What the hell? I mean, Doggo does die. They do give over a pretty sizable shutdown to Hope especially, who's going on for that IE. But 15k damage, Honkyu with a taunt. Tarzan, I swear, so much. This is not even me. No, this is me griping with Maokai. This isn't actually me saying Tarzan's doing a lot of damage. This is me griping saying actually half of the damage came from one fight, but the rest of it, I swear, Tarzan's damage is just like fake damage. Like so much of Maokai's damage with this build, with the Andries build, is just Qs. It's literally, or just his E's. It is literally just his E's connecting with random champions face-checking bushes and tanking like 200 to 300 damage at a time, and you could just throw so many of those. I swear, phantom damage. It's fake damage numbers. And Hope is once again the Hope. He was Hope last game against Gen G. He's gonna have to be the Hope this game. Though Shanks is doing, I mean, it's a matter of time. That is the thing. While CFO have the lead, they're playing against 2 ticking time bombs. This Rise is going to become an issue eventually, even though he is definitely still an issue. And Hope was an issue last fight, and he's going to continue to be an issue. Like, they are against a ticking time bomb to where Shanks and Hope will be able to do so much damage that it's, if they don't burst them down instantly, they just lose the fight. Which I guess is always the case, but it's just to say that there is a time limit on this game theoretically. There is a breaking point that CFO need to avoid, as they will just disengage the Baron. They don't want to commit too hard, as Doggo is just laying in the damage. Jeez, he really can play this aggressive. I mean, he has Kaiwing right behind him, Junja over the wall. Honkyu has the ulti to get involved if he wants. What is Tarzan going to do to stop him? Yeah, Honkyu threatening the wraparound. Rest is ready to fly in at a moment's notice. Like, he's just going to teleport to the top lane and ulti. It's just so hard if you are AL to take these fights because your Kled's not tanky enough. Tarzan isn't going to be tanky for another item. Kyle really only has his ultimate, which is usually the case for Nico. Like, I think we've seen a Nico pick up like actual kills in a game, and it was only 3 because she doesn't get money. She builds Protobell into Redemption. There's so much peel for Doggo. Rest, Junja, and Kaiwing are all going to be here for their ADC. It's great. Like, this is dangerous. How many Worlds wins predictions? Emily Rand did. I believe Emily Rand will. She always believes. I mean, again, 1% CFO world domination. They didn't do that hot that Worlds. They went 1-5, but this time, oh my goodness, I think 1% world domination is accurate. Like, really accurate. Like, I think they have at least a 1%. Like, I think it's at least 1, right? CFO. Yeah, favorable match against Fnatic. World champions second match, which is crazy. Out of 4 world champions, but world champs nonetheless. As they're going to start a Baron up for the 3rd time here. 6k in the lead. Tarzan. The ult with, I mean, it's just him and Kaio. If they find an engage, it could be the fight, the game turner that they need. As Rest is so tanky. Tarzan, it's hard for Tarzan to get in the pit. He's not Jarvan. He's not Xin. As Honkyu ulting, he's caught out though, but here comes the ulti, as they're gonna only find the clone. Kyle going to find 2, have they found the angle possibly? Is Flandre in the middle of them all, but the second Cyclone is connecting. Rest is just standing there, but CFO can't find the damage quite yet. Both sides throw literal everything. There's a Realm Warp and a charge on the side of, anyone's legend. Oh, doesn't get the smash. Can they get it? Do they feel themselves? As Junja's coming back here, it's no Drake Soul. They took the last 2 Drakes, but it's still, like, Soul Point isn't compared to anything to Baron. Shanks is still here. Or not Shanks, sorry, that's Kyle. Is that Kyle? I think it is. Yeah, that's Kyle. I don't know why they removed the coloring in that specific instance. It was weird. Tarzan is going to flash in over the wall. He steals the Baron, but again, they win the fight that follows. They lose Kyle already, but they're going to get Junja surely. Flandre jumping forward, trying to pick him up, flashing. He will pick up the shutdown here. There's no spells available for CFO. They need to run as Flandre has found Doggo. The tidal wave doesn't connect, but they're going to dismount. And there's the Kled picking up 2. Shanks on the Doggo. AL find their fight. Honkyu's out of mana, and it's all on Rest. As he finds Hope, but he's not going to find Shanks. CFO. Oh. Honkyu wipes the Baron off the rift. They get the gold from it. They will not get the buff. It's 1,500 gold cut off of the lead for CFO. But they get everything besides the Baron, of course. They don't get the Baron. They did lose that. But there's so much value. What a steal from Tarzan. The first Baron steal of the World Championships, baby. Oh. If we're getting him this early in Swiss, we're in for a good Worlds. Let's see. Because he does have... Oh, he buffers it. Junja smites early. He didn't know when the Q was going to come in, and they get it. And they actually get really good kills, and it looks like AL's going to wipe the map here. Like, Junja's down, and so that's pretty much everything. And then this moment right here, Flandre just barely dodges the Nami ult. And Flandre actually does get the reset. Honkyu gets the 3-hit passive here. And then Rest saves the play. Great shield flash burst, or great shield explosion burst. They do lose the dragon still in the end. And then just, no. I mean, it's just, you have to go for the TP there. You don't have a choice. I thought it said Balon. I'm like, what? Balon's a bouncing? No, it says bouncer or security. Honkyu 3 items. Sorry, forgot my phone. Just got it back. I don't know who that was. Anyways, this is... Yeah, I literally said I was going to not forget my phone, and I forgot my phone outside. Whoops. But now A 330 until we do it all again. Oh, baby. That fight lasted so long that it just took so much time off the Baron buff. And then 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and we're going to do it again. Ooh, baby. 4 items on the Scion now. It is 3 items on the Aurora with the 10-stack Dark Seal. 3 items for Doggo. Hope has IE. Or has... Yeah, IE. That was his third item. Ooh, Hydra with the Overlord's Blood Mail. 3.5 items for Shanks here, but he doesn't have the Dark Seal. And this is a tense existence now. This is a shockingly tense game here. As even with 240 to go, there's nothing left to do on the map unless someone goes for a split push here. So CFO just going to continue to squeeze out as much vision control as they can. This is... Whew, anything. As a Doggo picks up the 50% crit here with the IE, most importantly. As there's anti-heal on the side. There's no redemption. They didn't go for it. They just went for the Mikhails and called it. As Nami or Kaiwing starting up the Oblivion Orb. LDR, I think it might be... No, it's going to be LDR. There's no way they build Mortal. Yeah, no, Tarzan has Oblivion. You're not building more. LDR started for Hope here. So we're coming up on Void Staff as well. How does Kled interact with... How does Kled interact with Overlords? That is a good question, actually. Is it really based on... Minute 30, by the way. I would assume it's based on Kled's actual health. Actually, no, it would make sense. It's based on bonus health. It's just that the bonus health goes into Scarl, because if it went into Kled, that'd be terrible. He has the lowest base HP besides Yumi, I think. Well, he's like... No, it's funny, because he has like the highest base HP in the game, and then he has the lowest max base HP. That's right. It's very silly. As Junja is chunked here. As Rest going forwards here. They have the Kled ulti, and now both sides want this red buff. So they get the ward here. Honkyu unspotted. So he's just going to poke out Tarzan with it. And red buff goes over to AL. Now we wait 30 seconds until the Baron. Minute 15 until the Drake Soul is an option here. Oh, they fixed the timers, finally. They don't tick upwards every half second. And then tick down twice, pretty much. It's very depressing that that's something we have to celebrate, but... CFO finally give away some control of the Baron pit, because they just have to. They've spent so many resources to stay up there, but now the arm guard for Honkyu, he has that stasis. Shanks doesn't have the Void Staff, so Rest is going to continue to be a problem. It is Mortal for Hope. I really thought it wouldn't be, but yeah, no. Just in case Tarzan doesn't hit them, you want to make sure of it. Sterax for Flandre, so he's going to be really certain. He's going to survive a lot in there. Once he gets down to his actual health. As here comes the Kled, but it's going to only hit onto Rest, as it's good damage, but they're going to go in Junja. There, Flandre loses his Sterax already, as the Nami ult goes wide. Honkyu flashing in, engaging, he finds no one, but there goes Rest. Hope is down. Doggo picks that one up, and now CFO lose Honkyu. 2-man ulti. Honkyu into the golden state, as it's 2 falling for CFO, and this teleports too little too late. Triple kill for Doggo. It's a quadra kill for Doggo, and CFO are 1 win away from top 8 at Worlds. Are you kidding me? 1 game away. Oh, there it is. 1 game away, at least it seems. Yeah, Kyle's not going to be able to stop him this time. And a beautiful game from all 5 members as CFO lead the series now. It is. Don't let the gold and kills fool you. This was a razor's edge. Anything could go. Maybe they were too strong in the end there to realistically be stopped, but I will say still, even with all that, like AL, again, same thing yesterday with T1. Any team fight before the final one could have been just AL coming back. We almost saw it. They stole the Baron. They almost wipe CFO, but Hope gets caught by a gorgeous shield explosion there from Rest, and it really did cost. That was kind of the beginning of the end because they lost their big out. They had to spend 5 minutes just waiting for CFO to make a mistake, and CFO literally did not make a mistake at all. They warded, they controlled vision beautifully. They avoided team fights, most importantly, during all that time. They didn't overstep a single moment. Like, they didn't overstep a single time. They made sure that AL had as little angle to get back into the game as possible because they knew that the only way AL were getting back was through a team fight because they can't split push. They try to split push, Rest just goes down there, he teleports, he ultis back in once he clears the wave. Or if Rest doesn't have teleport, they keep him up there to keep going forwards, and they send in Hongkyu instead. And it's just, what do you do in this situation? It's so difficult. Like, the Kledl, yeah, this Kledl, they're showing it right now, but this was a huge Kledl dodge. It went onto the clone. So he brought it to Junja because it doesn't tether onto someone. It tethers onto the nearest person. If it changes target. So Dongo jumps behind Junja, who jumps behind who clones to get out of there. That's crazy. And there's just so many team fights. CFO have been fighting so well at the World Championship so far, and I'm impressed. AL, that was not a bad game. Shanks was not involved, though. Like, Hope had moments. Tarzan definitely had moments. Flandre would have had some moments, but damn, that Sion and the Sion Wukong was brutal. He did have some time, but it didn't happen. Kael couldn't really find any engages. I was kind of disappointed in him. It was really just Hope and Tarzan trying to drag the team kicking and screaming to the finish line. Like, Shanks could do damage, but he really didn't do much else that game. And that's just what's going to cost them. Dude, so many times this Kled ulti's hitting into the clone, they're showing it, and it's just like, every time this Kled ulti's hitting into the clone, hitting into the Scion, and it's like, who cares? They really only had one team fight, and they almost turned around. Like, again, that Baron fight was close, so it's not as clean. I mean, it was still clean, but it was not as easy as the stat line would have you think. Like, 20-5 is a stat line you're like, that was a steamroll. I'm sure CFO wiped the floor with them, and no, that was a 30-minute just tense five. They had a tense 5-minute section where CFO just waited, just patiently waited, and it was so difficult for AL to come back, though, just suffocated out of the game. And we'll see if that is the tempo for the rest of the series, or if CFO, or well, if AL can pick up their pace and tie this one up to send it to a deciding Game 3, or if CFO will give the LCP, the LMS, its biggest win at Worlds in 10 years. And it is time for game number 2 of the second series of day 3. CFO, masters of the team fight, it seems, as they just suffocate anyone's legend in that first game. Oh my goodness. I'm trying not to get too excited because we've done this before. PSG Talon led 2-1 over Billy Gaming at MSI 2023. Or was it 2024? No, it had to be 23. No, it was 24. Never mind, I lied. Because it was MSI 24. They had a 2-1 lead at MSI. Oops. And then they get 3-0'd by G2 in the lower bracket. And it's just like, what the hell happened? CFO had match point against T1, and it didn't happen. And I am not going to hold out hope or I will hold out hope, but I'm not going to call it until it's over because I also know anyone's legend are legit were at one point a top 3 team in the world. If you base it off of MSI, as we are into the draft, like based on MSI, they are at sometimes the 3rd best team in the world. So it is never over until it's over. I forgot Chawi. Yeah, Chawi. Oh, a true G in Pro, in LMS Pro, and a true G behind the bench clearly because he has coached CFO to a 3-0 game score to start the World Championships. He's coached them to 3rd at first stand. He's coached them to top 6 at MSI already. This is, yeah, Doggo. They're tired of Doggo. They've had it. They're sick of him. They keep the Orianna up, but they get rid of the Draven and the Kate this time. As Kais is gone too. Corki, Yunar are gone. This is the most ADC bans, obviously. Well, actually, no, because usually you wouldn't ban like Caitlyn at this phase. Unless you don't want, unless you have a specific one in mind. But this is actually the most ADC bans, even just in an individual game, I think. Because we're about to have 4, probably. Well, actually, no, we wouldn't. Kiana taken away, yeah. They thought about it, and they were like, they're first picking it if they get it. If we leave Kiana, they're first picking it, so they can't leave it. So, Orianna is the pickup as AL left it on the table for themselves, and Shanks has a lot of impressive games. Like, he's been really impressive so far this tournament, which is a big swing up from their drop as CFO with the Chico Walls. That's cute. But after a slump to start the LPL summer, this is still a part of their ascension, in my opinion, as Rest going to go on to his other most played champion, actually, until like the champion that CFO use him for, even though Driver still also plays this champion. Like, Rest, I would say, is probably the better Rumble. Maybe. It's debatable. It's up in the air. But it's probably his most played just because it's all they let him do. As Junja going on to the Pantheon. Only a hand... I think this is only the 2nd Pantheon. And the first one did not go well. So, I don't know if that bodes well for CFO. And Tarzan on Xin Zhao, that definitely doesn't bode well. Xin Ori is such a disgusting combo. Like, it is too good of a combo. That I'm still impressed teams are letting it happen. But you can only run it one. That's kind of the benefit of Fearless. You only get to see one broken thing one time. Is Leona going to be locked in for Kyle early as it was banned away last game? No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? It was not. It does have a tendency to get banned. Whoa. That is an unheard of pick. AGAL. They are AGAL, that's why. Internet, like, in every other esport besides League, they are ALAG. Our CFO feeling themselves. They're feeling themselves. Hong Q on the Akali. Oh, baby. So what is the goal here? They want to... I don't know if they can pinch the ADC pool as they have the counter pick, or not only counter pick, but they have first dibs on ADCs. So they can kind of get rid of 2 ADCs and just call it. And say, you're going to use Zarya or some crap. But what is the focus? Because they do want to get rid of some top laners here. As Rest probably is going to struggle, as Galio will be taken away from Flandre. So, yeah, small issue. You have to get rid of top laners because you locked it in early. As Alistar going to be taken away from Kaiwing, another one of his most played career-wise champions. I just have so many memories of this guy playing this and Nautilus exclusively on PSG. Way back in the, like, 5 years ago now, 4 years ago. Do they want to continue to knock Flandre down, or are they going to go for Hope here? Because the AD pool is really, really pinched. We haven't seen a Jinx yet, which I'm shocked by. I feel like we gotta see one, right? Not this game. We probably shouldn't see it this game. Ornn going to be taken away from Flandre, continuing to get these Rumble counters taken away. So Rel would be good here actually for CFO, but I say it's not a Rel. There's no way they take away an AD carry. They can't afford to, right? They're gonna take away Sivir. Okay, so they're gonna leave Xayah, Ashe, Jinx, and Lucian up. And Ezreal, actually. Ezreal is still on the table. We saw, oh boy, did we see some Ezreal. Hold on, it's falling. Oh. This is a very short range comp for CFO, which is not good because it's into Leona. So, Doggo. Oh, they're going to take up the Braum for Kaiwing here. So Hope can take the Xayah for himself here, actually. Oh, I forgot Jhin. I don't think I want to see a Jhin or a Smolder. On the side of CFO, at least. This could work. They would need something like Ambessa in the top side, which actually wouldn't be that bad. Like, it would not be a bad pickup if they do want to go the Ziggs and Bessa here. Because it is more go forwards. Yeah. Like, the best 80 top laner in the game, probably, is right there. I just don't see a reason why they don't go in Bessa. Like, you have Xin, Ori, and you really... Like, Xin, Ori, Leona wants to go forwards. They won't be super close to their carries, but they should be fine here, as it's going to be the Ashe Braum, it seems. The Frail Yordian bot lane is the angle for CFO, but the issue is you kind of want the Ezreal here, but you don't want to put... Ezreal Braum isn't bad, but you kind of want to have the Ezreal. You want to save the Ezreal as well, just in case. It's going to be the Lucian Braum. I'm saying the praises of this bot lane. No, it is the Ezreal. They're going to actually go for it. No? The aggressive angle. Hold on. I mean, of course, Lucian Braum, I've always talked about how good it is. It is such an aggressive bot lane. The issue is you're into Ziggs, and yes, you can win early trades, but Ziggs just doesn't fight. Like they don't fight. Like like Ziggs is such a non-committal champion in terms of fights. Like, I don't think... Slouched so much, I'm sorry. I don't think this is the angle that CFO should have gone for with this Lucian, this hyper-aggressive trader that only really provides value. Like, he has to get ahead. He doesn't have to, but he obviously, like every champ, performs best when ahead, but he needs to get some kind of advantage. Because without it, he can't fight Ziggs. Ziggs is more than happy to sit back, farm, and relax, while Lucian just has to try and survive. Even with the lane swap here into the Ambessa, it's still going to be insanely hard for Doggo to get online, in my opinion. As it is time for game 2, potentially the last game of the day. As we aren't seeing any lane swaps yet. The thing is, both of these lanes are lanes you're fine with opting into. And Lucian could take... No, Doggo not going to take the reset. Hope is spotted here, but they don't really have anything to stop him. Joja takes a ton of damage from Shanks and Tarzan. And... Okay, it's not the swamp, but he will take the reset anyways. This is a very fight-heavy team right now for CFO. Again, you're in the 2-0 pool, so you have some room to experiment. You're up a game as well. You have some more room to experiment. Perfect records mean nothing in terms of game score. Like, any team that's gone perfect in series will tell you they don't really care. They are perfectly fine with just going perfect in series because those are the things that actually matter. You don't get no, especially because of the fact no one goes undefeated. You're gonna drop a game eventually. Even like I think, oh, that's actually good. Like only one team is the trade goes through. Honkyu should be able to, or Shanks should be able to win this out slowly just because he has the range advantage. And as I was saying, only one team has made it to the finals undefeated. It was SKT with literally the greatest roster ever assembled. As rest, yeah, just loses out. This is a good matchup for Flandre. And it fit the comp very well. Like, it's Doggo with the jukes. Very few teams make it through the first round of knockouts undefeated fully. Like, Damwon did it back in 2021. And SKT did it way long ago where they lost only one game. It was game 3 of the finals against the Goo Tigers. So you don't give a damn about going perfect. You just care about going good enough. As they do get the push, because Hope doesn't want to just burn all his mana and or get ganked this early. As he knows he is on the weak side right now. Or well, as his bot lane knows he's on the weak. Whoops. Yeah, they know that they have no jungler down here, so it's not worth getting into. His Honkyu, that's a lot of damage coming through. Honkyu cutting it close here. Shanks putting in the work, and it's so close. Drops cannon too. A big -1 early as well. Junja just getting vision. Is Honkyu continuing to get poked, but it's not going to be the gank. Tarzan's looking for it, but Honkyu now knows that Tarzan is on his top side. And he knows that he has Junja nearby, but now he doesn't have Junja nearby as here comes the Pantheon into the bot lane. This doesn't connect here. So it's going to be dangerous here as there's the jump in, but the damage isn't quite there. But here, Kaiwing tanking up the damage. Junja gets out in its first blood to CFO. And another dive that works. I think that's 2 now on the series. Oops. It's Kyle. Nope, just teleport out from Hope. He doesn't catch anyone. He might try to stall out Junja a little bit. But no, he can't stop this reset. So Kyle can't block anything. And they're going to immediately rotate. They're going to get out. They did end up getting their aggressive play. They got the wave pushing. They got out with their Lyzes. Here comes the teleport to the bot side for rest, of course. And Doggo has the range advantage now, as they are opting into this into the swap. And it will be matched by anyone's legend here, actually, as Flandre will just teleport match bot side after resetting. And they're even in CS right now. As actually, no, the wave is pushing to him. He doesn't need teleport. So they do have TP advantage. It doesn't really mean much. And base. Yeah, teleport's too long of a cooldown to actually matter, and they're going to unswamp. And this is kind of the thing. If you're the team that initiates the swamp on the correct timers, you could just unswamp constantly. You could just keep going. We saw this during the heavy lane swamp meta, of course. Like, every minute was lane swapped pretty much until laning phase was done. Meta, where there were no anti-lane swap measures, of course. And Drake actually will go over to them too. Tarzan's on the way, though. They have Shanks' ultimate here, but they've stolen the Baron. Can they steal a dragon? Even though it's not worth going for because it's first dragon. And they won't get it, but maybe they get the fight here. As there's the engage from Honkyu as they jump in onto Flandre, but they find the kills. Flandre with the shield still surviving long enough as Honkyu finds the kill onto Tarzan, but it's going to be responded to by Shanks. Kyle so tanky, and now here comes Shanks. As Hope absolutely costs his team the ulti, but it's not gonna matter as there's the damage. But Kyle going to fall to Doggo. I think they returned the favor though because Junja is so low, Kaiwig so low, and it's 2 more, and it's dead even in the kill count. This is baby, this is what we wanted. Go absolutely off and just see what happens. As Rest does get 2 platings up here. Oh my goodness. 2.5 turret plates down now for this top tier 1. So they get the Drake. And Hongkyu is Hongkyu, and he's feeling himself. If you thought YSKM was an ego player, this is an ego player. The 3 talent strike connects, but then he gets the stun. The concussive blows last so long, and starts the fist bump. Ain't no way. But here's the return play. Oh, yeah, I saw that when it happened too, and I was just sad. And that is 2 times that an Mbessa has been griefed by their teammates. The other time, of course, was yesterday where legendary Bard ulti just cost Mbessa any form of survivability as the turret was disabled. Is Tarzan gonna try and steal away this red buff? Junja's not here yet. He does have the Grand Starfall. Don't think he's gonna end up going for it. Shouldn't go for it. There's no reason to. So they're just gonna go for the grubs instead. It's a base red buff, not worth it. 18 years old, smurfing. He is going crazy. They will get 1, so it will come down to this next one, or the next 2 for Seahos. There's the Starfall connecting, and the equalizer is huge, but they're going to get the jump in. Rest is just trying to burn down Tarzan, but it's not going to happen. The stun connects on to Kyle, and Kywin going to pick up that one. As Tarzan running away, he's going to try and turn it on to Doggo, but Doggo picks up his 2nd kill. Is what is going on in the bot lane. Hongkyu flashing away from the Orianna. And then the... Ooh. Junja going to be able to grab this other grub here. Smite comes through. So there's 1 grub left here for the taking. Okay, so we're split even. It's been a while since we've had a 1-1 split and teams have to actually not finish the grubs. So this begins with a good jump in onto Tarzan. And this equalizer is burning up Kyle. And Doggo's ulti, it's only going to Kyle though, so that's kind of the issue. Hope just doesn't have any mana right now, so he can't go any further. And then walking into the bush, just going for the 3 talent strike, can't get it. And Tarzan will end up getting these grums, so we're going to split the first objectives. It's been a bit since a team has had to go back and collect the other grum. Doggo 2-0-3 now on this Lucian. Not what I was expecting coming into this game. I thought Hope would be able to zone, but Kyle and Hope have been struggling into the Lucian, and Doggo has been busy side laning. Like, they made it such a short laning phase that it doesn't really matter. Like, they spent so much time on the swap that it was really just easy. Is Kyle spotted? But he has Solar Flare, and that's like the big deal here. Kaiwing doesn't have the Fissure yet, and Hongkyu has a kill. I'll give him that, but Shanks is in the lead. Let's see. Anything special? Rest is coming up on his probably Leandries. I would have to take a guess. If I had to take a guess, it would be the Leandries, because why would you go Blackfire here? Pretty tanky. We're waiting on Hongkyu to pick up probably Rocket Belt. First item, it seems. The gun is finished, though, for Hope. So he has a lot of mana, a lot more damages. Hongkyu hit by the Shockwave, but he's just going to disengage here. But there's a lot of damage coming down. But Hongkyu going to just walk away. Doggo does have flash, and he will just flash out. Good force there from AL. But Drake is going to go down in exchange. Honky with a crazy teleport there, actually. And he's going to get it. He's going to get everything there. As there are 3 here. This dive is going to be ugly. Honky just has to full commit. And he's done here. Nice engage. But he gets the redemption, actually, with Kyle. Going to eventually pick up this one with the ignite. It looked really nice from Honky, but that is all it will do, is look nice. As oh, he's ulting. There's a teleport also coming in from Rest. The Starfall not going to connect. Oh, Kyle just there. He didn't want to ult into the middle of everyone because that's asking for a lot of trouble. So AL will be able to get away with that kill for free. Well, I guess they lose the Drake, but mostly for free. They commit a lot for it, too. Shanks has his Roa. Doggo gets another plating. 1,200 gold lead for the former LPL player. As Hope will be able to get out. And that, yep, Scryer's Bloom, baby. It's a Chemtech Soul. It's my favorite Rift because it has the coolest feature, big blast cones. I love the big blast cones so much, and it's awesome. Let's see what's up in the game. Shanks is going to be a problem. I mean, Shanks is already kind of a problem. He doesn't really have the damage yet to prove it, but he's slowly getting there, and his play has been really nice this game. 2-0-2, 110 CS. Like, he's doing really well for himself. As, yeah, even with Rest, this team looks pretty good. A bit more action-packed than the first game, at least. So, Flandre. Honk, you're just going to feel it. The vibes are there. It's going towards the Flicker Blades is Doggo. Honku should have first item. Should have first item here completed. It's the Proto Belt. He actually drops cannon by like not even 1 HP. That's crazy. Brutal even. Kind of just drifts away. I love watching Braum walk away with the shield because it's so funny. It just looks really stupid, and I love that. There's no real angles right now on the Rift. 54 seconds on Rift Herald. We're already on third. Jeez, we're already on third Drake. This is a pretty good Dragon stack. Yeah, Dragon stack if you are CFO. What is the... Oh, wow, that's already Flicker Blades done. Okay. Flicker Blades finished entirely. As it is 50% crit for Doggo and some attack speed. So he has some more bullets in the chamber finally. As it is... It is one... what do you call it? One objective away. So if CFO can pick up the Rift Herald or the next Dragon, they will secure the feats of strength as a whole. If not, then they will have to go for... Then it will come down to first tower as Rest is losing the fight right now. So much shielding and lifesteal coming in for Flandre with the ulti passive. As Rift Herald is started, Junja's not even close. But will they commit to it? As yes, they will start up the Herald. Junja's here. They have Shanks' ulti. And Honkyu is completely separated right now from his squad. Tarzan should be able to keep this going. 58 seconds on the Dragon. Are CFO going to just give? They might. Yeah, it seems like it. It's Flandre getting burned and roasted right now by Rest with the Hydra Flame Spitter. Oh, Flandre did flash. And Tarzan going to get the Rift Herald here for his team. It will come down to the next Drake. As first turret is crucial now for AL, as they need it if they want these upgraded boots. Doggo's fed again. Several days in a row now we've seen Doggo get fed. It's always nice to see Doggo do well in a game. I mean, this is a super team, to put it, for CFL. Like, PSG have had some super teams. Funny enough, they had Doggo when he filled in for them, when half of their team had visa issues during the 2020 World Championships. I remember that very well. But Kai Wing, former they have 3 technically former PSG players. I don't know if you want to count Doggo. He was literally a PSG player for all of 5 games. For all of 5 games as they won the play-in stage. As Harold comes down, and they should just get this pretty easily. So it will come down to the Dragon here. AL pick up the extra gold as they're trying to get the Leona and just driving out. And they want to get into the Drake, or into the river, as here goes the start of the Drake here, and it should just go into the pocket of anyone's legend. As Honkyu will take the turret on the other side. CFO would rather, I mean, yeah, losing the Visa Strength. Not the end of the world. I always put emphasis on it because it is something that can and should be, like, contested over. But they actually are going to go for it as Kai Wing hits this onto Kyle. Here comes the Grand Starfall. And then Tarzan getting jumped in on, but Shanks already has 1. The bullets flying from the culling, but it's not going to find anyone yet. Kyle finally drops as Flandre going in. Tarzan, hope on the back line. Honkyu 1 HP, but he's going to be able to survive. Flandre now flying in, and he's finding everyone. Tarzan and AL return the favor in game 2. 4-for-1 on the Drake fight. And that is huge. The gold swing is complete. Nearly 2,000 in favor of AL, and it's only a matter of time until they woke up, and they have arrived to day 3 of Worlds. Oh, baby. Just so much damage coming out of AL there. Flandre goes nuclear in the backline. Shanks is the carry still. Like, he is the carry. Good teleport coming in as Kai Wing just has to ulti. And everyone is on top of Rest here. And they try to keep him alive for as long as they can, but it's just not going to happen. I mean, nice equalizer actually here in the end. But it's not really what you wanted to see. Junja gets shockwave. Honkyu survives for a little bit, and then Junja jumped on. And the shield can't block the after because it puts it behind you. And then AL just clean up. Doggo has to just watch and run. And look at the damage coming out from Flandre. And that is why, I mean, that's why they picked Embesso. That's why I was like, this is not the, I mean, not normal. This is a normal champion for him, but this is not the normal state of being for AL. Playing around a Flandre carry. Not typically what they do. Usually Shanks or Hope, usually Shanks and Tarzan are the focal points of this team. But Rest, yeah, they're kind of showing why they usually start Driver. Kind of struggles. Like, it's kind of weird that Driver has just become the starter, because I think Rest was supposed to be the starter. Like, Rest was supposed to be the starter when this all happened. It's kind of like the Shadow Beichuan situation. Beichuan was literally the starter. Well, Wei was the starter until Beichuan became the starter. Until Shadow became the starter. Dude, BLG's jungle struggles are hilarious, actually. Turret falls in the top side for Flandre. Man, I didn't even get to finish my point. Yeah, but this is kind of this is a bit of a Taiwanese super team. Like, Driver, I don't think he's the best top laner in even just Taiwan alone at the moment, but in the entire LCP, I think he's outclassed. I think Hero might be better. I think Hero, carry potential-wise, Hero is better than Driver. But I think Driver's more flexible. So there's that. Like, do with that what you will. Junja is the best jungler in the region. There is no doubt in my goddamn mind. Honkyu is the literal MVP of the entire region. Like, he got the award. Doggo is the best ADC in the region right now. Kaiwing has not. Oh, here comes the ulti from Junja as there's a fight over the Rift Scuttle, and it's one. It's going to be no more, though. They can't fight the damage. Tarzan finally falls as a Flandre finds one, but it is 2 to Kaiwing. As CFO get it. They got the fight. What a catch out there. They're going to start it. And this is where games are thrown, and this is where games are won and where games are lost. Atacon is a problem. The hyper carry's alive. Flandre's here. Uh-oh. Doggo, or not Doggo, as Kaiwing is found here. It's 5,000 health on this Atacon. It's going to reset. As there's the jump in, and they're going to find Junja. And now it's anyone's game for anyone's legend. As Doggo trying to find the kill, he will find it. But now the teleport's coming back in for Shanks and Hongq. As the patience is running thin, and it's going to reset a second time. And now Atacon is completely down. These two teams both pissing off the Atacon. Pissing off Atacon. He's not having any of their nonsense. Kill him, he says. Fight me or leave. As now AL actually able to come back into this. As here comes the teleport from Kael. Shanks and Tarzan down here as well, but they're just going to back away. And we're dead even in gold. One. So weird. So this all starts with them overcommitting to the Rift Scuttle. Like, AL overcommit to the Rift Scuttle. There's no other way to put it. Like, what are they doing? Nice Ziggs ulti, of course. But I mean, kind of getting both these kills, that's irrelevant, really. You get the kills, and the jungle's down especially, so you do have an Atacon angle. But here's the thing. They have the advantage, actually, in positioning. They could fight. They let the Atacon reset, and then that allows Flandre to jump in onto Junja and find the kill. And then Doggo, just fearless. Like, this guy is fearless. Look at him, 1v1ing the goddamn Mbessa. And then here come the teleports. And I don't know if AL want to commit to it. They kind of do, but they really don't. They're waiting for Tarzan. Junja, again, jumping in on to Hope, and he flashes the wrong way. Rest finds the kill there, but maybe they found someone, Hongq, in danger. That was not the shockwave. Oh. Rest with a not great ulti, especially now that they're going for the dragon. There's a fight available here. It's a 5v4, but look at the health bars. Junja is quite low. Rest insanely low. They're trying to chunk down Tarzan, but they're not going to find it. The Redemption does a lot of work here, and they steal the dragon, and now the shockwave is there. Or no, not the shockwave. That's the Crescent Guard. Hongq running away, able to get out with the perfect execution. Second cast, and CFO just have to duck and leave. But AL's full health. They can take the Atacon. And they won't. Will they? Will they? Will they? Won't they? Will they? Won't they? AL are thinking about it. They're about to dive Doggo at this point. They're going to get it. AL will just get this. CFO committed so much here in the last plays. Doggo gets jumped on, and that's the carry low, but he will survive. Just barely, and Junja is thinking about it, and that's going to be Junja getting dropped here, and that is guaranteeing the Atacon for AL. Rest will survive. Holy cow. So close. Surely. I think they get it for real this time. Somebody? Anyone? They will get it. Okay. Holy cow. In the same way Drake fight doesn't end until the dragon dies, Atacon fight is eternal until Atacon dies. Such a long... I think it was 3 Atacon resets. 3 separate Atacon resets there from both teams. As this fight just goes forever. The Drake, Judge is playing away. He doesn't want to get hit by this Flandre ulti. He's trying to dodge away. It's not gonna happen. What an engage by Hong. What a ballsy play from Hongq. He's feeling himself, man. And then AL have the threat of Atacon, and CFO don't want to give that. But they're gonna have to in the end. As Hongq is caught, he's gonna be able to get out. But Tarzan jumping over the wall here to follow Hongq out with the second perfect execution. And he'll be fine. He protobelts the wall. Ignore that, though. But now, yeah, this is kind of the issue here. CFO can't really do anything to the carries. AL keep finding Hongq. And if he's not on a great flank, he does not exist in this game. They are too melee ranged for their own good. As Cleaver is finished for Doggo, I just realized that. That's an insane tech piece. As Honky with Void Staff second here. Not the best look to... I mean, yeah, just not the best look for Honky. Not a big fan of it. The Ultimate Spear. I don't know why it's called that. That's its weapons category. Like, you have Lifesteal, Anti-Heal, Armor Shred, Armor Pen, Ultimate Spear. Don't ask. I don't get it either. I mean, the win expectancy, yeah. These two teams are insanely well matched, apparently. Which I was not ready for. They are down 1k gold, despite getting the Atacon. Well, technically they aren't down, because it's just the turrets, yeah. And it's not a lot of effective gold, as Kyle is caught and get in. That's so much damage. That is a poke tool right there, if I've ever seen one. Kai Wing with one more, and here comes the ulti over the top for Junjo, but Junjo getting touched by Tarzan. Honku going in. He finds nothing as the burn will finally come through, but Flandre into the backline shreds CFO into bits. Oh, what a bind there by Flandre and Tarzan. And AL strike back on a commit from CFO. And now they are comfortably in the driver's seat. 2,700 gold ahead. This is a lot of damage. Ori Ziggs, and then you add Flandre flying in with Tarzan. It is so deadly. Look at this. They commit hard. There's no flashes on this team already. They burned it in the Atacon fight, and then two, and then two with the shockwave, and then one more with the public execution. And Tarzan follows it up. And AL, the last hope of the LPL, are fine. I mean, there's a lot of damage coming out from this Ori. 5k. And Tarzan doing 4k again, but it's real it's damage you want to see your jungler doing. You don't want to see your Maokai lead your team in damage with 4,000 in a fight. You'd be fine with Zint leading your team. Holy Flandre. I mean, even I said holy Flandre, and I think that's disrespectful. Yeah, there you go. Complete disrespect from me, disregarding Shanks with the Sync Nasty ulti. It's me disregarding. And now onto the base. 29 minutes in, so slightly faster than AL, or than CFO got in. And by slightly, I mean like literally 5 minutes earlier. As there's the jump in, and ooh, nice stop by Rest, but he's still in the middle of them all. He's got to flash away, and he's found. Kaiwing with a 4-man ulti means absolutely nothing, as the equalizer isn't even touched. And do they finish here? That is the question of the day. As there it is, onto the turrets. It's the last stand for CFO in game 2. Honku trying to find anything, but it's not going to happen. The first Nexus turret falls. The shockwave is huge. It's going to take down the 18-year-old Wunderkind. And we are going the distance in the second series. AL tie it up. Oh, that was a tense game. One team fight. Well, two team fights, really. It was the Atacon fight / Drake fight / second Atacon fight and third Atacon fight. Or no, sorry, it was first, second, then Dragon. First, second Atacon fights, then Dragon fight, then another Atacon fight. Jeez, tie series here. And then it went into, of course, that Tri-Brush catch-out. That CFO thought they had the angle, and then AL with a sick, nasty disengage into an just... Oh my god, Snake Esports jerseys being pulled out right now. Are you kidding me? That's insane that someone found that. I cannot believe someone actually found that jersey. Sorry. They've just busted out the Snake Esports gear from, like, 2015, and I'm shocked. That's insane. But I mean, that was CFO coin flipped the hell out of that. I guess AL technically coin flipped the hell out of that game. Both teams did. Those Atacon fights were insanity. But then the face checks from CFO became too risky, and those last two face checks really costed them. They got really aggressive, and AL have an incredible comp for disengage. Like, Shanks on Oriana means they have incredible disengage potential, and then Leona has so much peel, and then more often than not, it turns into a flip. What is Rest doing in this play? Rest absolutely throwing on that play, though. That was a really bad positioning. And then they kind of turn it, but then they don't. They just don't have the damage. That shockwave. Dude, Shanks is so good at this game. God, I wish I could like the guy, but damn, Shanks is good at this game. But just a pair of fights. Incredible. One really long fight and then one really quick re-engage from Shanks is all it took for AL to finish this game off. And now we're going to game 3. I mean, it was really close until the last fight, pretty much. And then it was too little too late for CFO to make a final stand. AL, this is a 1-8. I mean, yeah. No, AL look incredible. They looked so good. They were very measured in their responses. And again, game 1 showed that AL are willing to play the slow game if their opponents are trying to make them play the slow game. And they are more than happy to match the tempo and then completely shut the trap when it is time to execute. And that's how we're going LCP 1 seed, LPL 2 seed into game 3 for the second spot, for the final 3-0 seed in the knockout stage. Will it be anyone's legend claiming the LPL's first 3-0, or well, not first 3-0, first team in the knockouts, and the third straight 3-0 for one LPL team at least? Or will it be CFO claiming the LCP's first ever 3-0 and their first team in the top 8 since 2015? We've got to find out as game 3 is next. It is time for game number 3. CFO took game 1 in a slow-paced chess match around the Baron. AL, that was more action-packed than the first game, but still very low kill for what we've seen from these two teams. And it's AL on the red side again, as it is going to be CFO opting to the blue side. And this is for the 3-0. That's really it. It's just the 3-0. And you buy yourself time. It is sometimes bad. Like, no, I don't think any team... No, BLG did go to finals last year, so it's not awful. But it is 1 for 4 on going to finals as a 3-0 team. It is 2 for 4 on going to the semis at least, as both BLG and Gen G made the semifinals. Or no, yeah, made the semis last year. Bard taken away from Kyle. Kiana continues to be taken away. I will check Worlds 23. Because I know I know the two, from last. Yeah, Gen G and BLG. Yeah, BLG beat the tar out of Wave. They were mad about 2023, but I don't remember. LNG was a round 1 team. I remember that. And Gen G got 3-2. Well, they faced BLG. Yeah, that's fair. The world's best 3-2 team. The first seed from the LPL. What is up with them doing this? Is Kaisa taken away here from Hope? But yeah, so the hit rate is not incredible for the side, or for either 3-0 team. 2 for 4 on semis, 1 for 4 on finals. I think 3 and 1 have the most, right? Well, Weibo was 3 and 2. T1 was 3 and... Who were they 3 and 2 in 2023? Is Caitlyn going to be the final ban taken away from Polgo, as they used to call him? No, they were 3 and 1, so that's not great. And then 24, they were 3 and 1. So 3 and 2. What the hell? BLG have only gone 3 and 2. Wait. Oh, it's JDG. Sorry, I said BLG. JDG went 3 and 0 at Worlds. It was still quarterfinals, so it didn't matter. Yeah, 1 for 4. As Rest going to get Hongq's Talia. Sorry, I got distracted there. So the finalists have been a 3-1 team, a 3-1 team, a 3-2 team, and a 3-2 team. Oops. So it's 0 for 4 on finals, 1 for 4 on semis. That is not good as Kyle going to lock in the Alistar. So maybe it is better to go 3-1. As one 3-1 team and one 3-2 team have made the grand finals every single year, so or both years. And Tarzan's Trundle is here to play. The trolls are going to war. And there's no Zin available for Junja here, actually. That's kind of the problem. Like, there's no... As Rest is going to finish the series as well, so they really just want to figure out what's going on here. As they're going to lock in the Renekton. Ooh. Is it? Yep, it will be the Renekton locked in for Rest on the top side here. And what else do they possibly want? Because this could be... Is it going to be early AD lock-in angle? Or is it going to just be jungle match? Because they're going to lose one of AD. I mean, they're going to lose AD, jungle, or support, as support is already locked in. So AL will not be afraid to lock anything in, but they're going to get the Talia Vi combo up and going. Nice. Junja, pretty good at this champion. That's, yeah, let's mince words and say he's pretty good. Talia Vi, one of the iconic combos since Talia has been added to the game since Talia has been a mid laner, we saw a struggle in this matchup. It is so hard to play LeBlanc. The LeBlanc Talia matchup is brutally difficult at times. And Shanks, very good at the LeBlanc. Let's see if the buffs really mean anything. It's bans time. Because it is just focus on the bot lane here. And it's going to be the Rakan taken away again. Kai Wing, a good Rakan angle once again taken away from him. Not surprising. Let's see. They got to get rid of bot lane and top lane, obviously. They probably want to get rid of some top laners, as the Renekton does have some counters. Don't want to leave it. Sivir going to be taken away from Hope. No surprises there, as AL do have the first AD lock-in, and you don't want to leave a Sivir up when your 3 main engages right now are all pretty difficult or pretty easy to spell shield CCs. Like, as long as you have reaction speed, it's pretty easy. Draven taken away from Doggo here. He went absolutely off, 6-0 and 11 on it yesterday. If my counting is correct, 6-0 and 11 on it to secure the victory for CFO against T1 with the elite solo kill in top lane, and then a solo kill way late in mid when he was pretty much so fed no one could stand up to him. And what's the final ban of the day going to be? Do they want to kill off at least one counter? They will get rid of... Oh, LPL Jace. Yep. Good answer. Get rid of LPL Jace, please. Never let that go through if that's an option into it. As this is a really good Xayah angle, actually. Pretty sure this is a Xayah angle for Hope. Unless he wants to go for the Jhin. They could keep the distance far away. Even if the Vi gets on top of you, you're way too long range for a lot of people to follow up. So... Oh, This is more of a Smolder angle at least, but yeah, Jhin is a very nice lock in here for Hope. As it will be... They are playing in this weird middle ground, as everyone is going to be forwards for temporarily very forwards, and then, ooh, Misfortune here. What are they going to lock in for the support? If they lock in... It's been a while since I've seen Kai Wing on Seraphine, personally, but I do remember he's played it quite a few times, especially when she was newer and when she was at her peak of power in the support role. Back in like 2021, 22, I would say, when she was a lot more... When Enchanters ran the meta instead of engaged supports. And it's going to be the Nautilus, which is pretty standard for Kai Wing. So there's a lot of engage here, actually. They can catch quite a bit. The catch-up potential is really there. Yeah, Kyle's not getting the... I don't think he's getting the Poppy, guys. I don't think he's getting the Poppy. He's really good at it. I don't know. He's a little good at it. And oh boy. Oh boy. Londrexai. Oh. We've seen struggles. We've seen some good Rek'Sai, but we've also seen some struggle Rek'Sai, and I don't know which one this is going to be. I don't know which one Flandre is going to hand us today. He's very capable, very good. If it's going to be struggle Rek'Sai, then AL are going to be the problem. Like, this could be a problem, or it could be completely useless and just be an airborne bot. Yeah. And someone put it, the 1-1 pool is the first stand, or yeah, the 1-1 pool is the first stand champion, the MSI champion, the reigning world champion, the LPL champion, the LTA champion, the LEC champion, and 2 teams who are happy to have a fucking game win. Well, no, 1 team that's happy to have a game win, and Team Secret Wales, who are pretty good. I like them. I think Team Secret Wales are a very capable team. 100T, though, happy to just have a game win somehow. Imagine they draw, if AL lose this and they draw 100 Thieves, it's over. As the handshake is secured. The respect has been shown. It is all time to leave it on the rift. As AL looking to remind CFO why they took them down at MSI and knocked them out. CFO looking to rewrite the script. That is a one-eyed referee. Hope she's okay. It's a bandage. It's not like it's a bandage, so it probably means she has an eye problem. I feel bad now. As anything goes, it's all to play for. KT 3-0, 4-0 in game score. It will be 4-1 for the winner of this game. As Beijing are loud. They want AL to win. This is their team now. Whether you are or aren't an AL fan does not matter. You cheer on your region. You got to cheer them on, as AL are the last vestige in the undefeated pool. Though there definitely are a lot of Taiwanese and Cantonese and Taiwanese fans and Vietnamese and Korean fans in the stadium, because trust me, these places aren't far enough. These places are not far enough for these guys to not stay away. Hell, one of these regions are directly connected to them by a giant artificial highway. So, ooh, lock in onto Kyle early, and that's going to be just good damage. And that's the power of this early MF Alice, or early MF Nautilus, is you land 1 hook and the enemy can't do anything. His doggo just going to hyper trade. Barrier lost, so he stays at full. And then, oh, Kyle getting locked down. Hope forced to burn the barriers. Doggo is laying in the damage, but Kaiwing getting chunked down now. And this is pretty big, as they've denied a lot of XP to AL. As, yeah, Flandre is just playing Rek'Sai. The RR top lane, of course. Rest, Renekton, Rek'Sai. Flander, that's there. There's... And you're seeing the early push come in. Some drop minions, but that's at the... Minions must be dropped in the name of XP advantage. Actually, no, this is still stacked. Hold on. Will be minus... I think that's -2 right now. No, it's perfect. It is perfect, actually. I didn't know if it was perfect or not. It's not going to be perfect for long. I don't care. I was just counting because I didn't know how much they dropped. As... Ooh. Kaiwing is just going to keep going. Good pings there. They knew that Kai was going somewhere. As Flandre, yeah, is going to lose out on early trade generally, because Renekton is into very specific matchups and early. I mean, he's an early game bully for most matchups, but this is one of them especially, as Kyle getting the jump on to Doggo there. And the stun connects, and he'll forced out, but the re-engage now is pretty big. And they're just going to keep this going. Yeah, that's kind of the issue here, is if you get mispositioned, it is just absolutely over for your misfortune. It's Flandre getting chunked, and now Rest contemplating it, but he doesn't have the Ruthless Predator right now. And you need Flandre to fall behind here. As there's the seismic shove. Shanks not playing it perfectly. We saw how incredibly difficult this matchup can be. Oh. I don't know if Kaiwing was holding that because that turret shot was already connecting, but... No, he's not going to throw the hook there. There's no chance. He just gets bullied by Kyle and Doggo combined there, and then... Coal refillable, baby. Let's go. It's back. It's been a while since coal refillable has been like the super obvious play. And Jin Boots. I missed Boots Jin start. It's not common, but it was fun. It was fun, and that's what I care about. Like, Boots start Jin is really funny. It's not that... I mean, it's good. It's matchup dependent, of course. But it's okay. You do need boots. It just makes you better. Move speed, obviously good. And then you get more move speed on top of your move speed. Based on your... or for your passive whenever you crit. I don't know the damage reduction on Jin's crits. Because he does have reduced crit damage. As Jin just spotting out this ward. These junglers more than happy to just CS, really. As what is Tarzan going to do here? Besides bully Renekton, which he can't do because Renekton would just leave the fight. And what is Junja going to catch? An Alistar? A Rek'Sai that leaves? Like, this is really the first angle for Tarzan to try and go for a gank in the bot lane particularly, and there's nothing really there for him. Ooh. Shanks is sort of losing the trades. As they know, Rest kind of knows where Tarzan is. They are tracking the jungle properly. Of course, these are pro players. They know how to jungle track. As they're fighting over this ward, and they know to keep it alive. Skyo is going to keep it going. As there it is. Is Rest going to continue to put on the pressure here? Then they're just zoned off for now. Yeah, early misfortune is just a pain in the neck. Doggo, nice block there to deny the minion. I think he still gets it. As Doggo trying, yeah, just going to trade him to try and force him to answer. As Tarzan is unspotted. They do not know Tarzan's here, but Junja's on his way. It's a bit of a difficult angle here. As Junja will be not spotted. Now he's spotted. Because that ward's pretty good because you can see around that corner. All right, Honkyu, level 7 now. Yeah, these mid laners, both on 6. Both of them have very funny ultimates. As they will re-engage on the Drake. So Tarzan's here. But here comes Honkyu, and that means that CFO will just get this early Drake. As again, this is a very slow series in terms of game tempo. Like, these guys are not going to make any drastic moves for no reason. Every strike has been measured for the most part. CFO have had some decisions. I'll give them that. They've had some decisions in this series. That was mostly in game 2. And that was kind of when they were behind and panicking a little bit. I think they overplayed their hand sometimes, but overall, it's pretty much just the same. It's more the same. Game 1 was pretty nice and slow for both sides. Game 2, slightly faster, but still pretty slow. And it looks like Game 3, not missing out on much. As you can see, there's like the advantages are small. Zeka not building tier. True, that is fair. Zeka building tier. Was that Zeka that built tier 3rd item? Or something, like, built it super... Yeah, it was. Zeka built it, like 17 minutes into game or something. It was crazy. It was stupid. Grum's going to be traded away. There's just not really any contest here. So far, they could try and go for something. Tarzan has the smite, so it will be at least 2. But if you can get 1, you're pretty happy. But you're also pretty happy with 2. You get the objective stack, most importantly. but it's not enough true damage to be a massive issue if you are the side of CFO. Like, Rek'Sai is going to hurt, but no one else is really going to hurt the turrets. Like, Jhin has super slow turret siege just because he's Jhin and has an armor limit, or has an auto limit, obviously. And then, I mean, Trundle's not going to be split pushing a ton because he has to be busy on the map for his team. And Flandre can shred turrets, so yeah, be worried about that one, though. As Rest has so much healing right now, but Flandre is matching it right now, but can't full engage because Dominus is on the table. Nice. Cannon deny. But with Flandre has ulti still. That's fine. They get teleport. They are more than happy with that play. Yeah. Doggo takes this chance to reset. His Junja has to flash there. I think a bit overzealous. So AL do end up winning as, yeah, you lose teleport, or you lose flash there on Junja, and that's such an important tool for just aiding in ganks. Obviously, teleport survivability, or flash, great for survivability, but it's more important that you get the, what do you call it? For Vi especially, it's an offensive tool. So very dangerous to lose out on that. This will be the BT rush. Sometimes you see the collector. The collector rush is generally wrong anyway, so who cares? Like, you're incorrect. Flandre has started his Titanic. Is Flandre gonna get seismically shoved? I love using that because it's not a word. Seismically is not a word, obviously. Honku gonna keep farming up here. No kills means no items. Like, there are no items on the Rift right now. Shanks jumping in onto Rest. Nice stun there. But if you tempo it properly, you can get the stun. As Rest flashes out, he does not have any dashes. No slice, no dice. It's first blood to Shanks in the top lane. And they get the plating here. And Flandre gets depth charged, but there's not any... As Seismic Shove forces out the flash there, so something from CFO, but Flandre survives the 2v1 pressure. There's no way. There's no chance. Okay, he's just bothering him. He's stalling his resets. I was like, there's no way you go for this, right? This one does make it a little easier. They will return the turret. And so it will be another plating over as Honkyu's going to continue to press this wave press the wave into the turret. Sago's just happy to farm up here. He just wants his cull. He just wants his BT. And he will finish the cull, get the refund. Junja needs to wait. As Pillar just late. Good job by Junja to wait it out. As this will just be the Drakes being evened. Honkyu has teleport, but there's just no reason for them to fight with Doggo taking his reset going to the top side. Is they're actually going to teleport. They're going to teleport here. They want Honkyu to get this play as the seismic shove onto Flandre. Means that he has to run, and Honkyu doesn't have the damage yet. And Flandre going to get out, but Junja waiting. It's Junja, and Honkyu is here to pick up the kill. So there's a cross-map play. They lose the objective. They're about to get a nice injection of gold. As they should lose first turret here still, but it's fine. How's mid lane going? That's really the question. I don't think mid lane's even close. Mid was full. Trundle should be able to make this turret pretty paper mache. And Shanks is going to drop as much as he can. It being this early means there is no Rift Herald worry. And Shanks going to get the full value of that last plate there. Honkyu continues to just get one more. As Flandre is going to try and fish for it. He has Oh, Hope getting chunked out here by Doggo. Good damage. But he does have the BT finished already, so he's chilling. Junja on vision. Who is that in that? Is that Jungle? I think it's Trundle. No, it's Shanks. Okay. I don't know if it was Shanks or if it was, what do you call it? Tarzan, because I just briefly looked at the bush before it went dark. I do love watching Nautiluses use the hook to farm. It's just really funny to me. As teleport coming in from Kaiwing here. He's just backing up Flandre here. As he has Tremor Sense, so they don't know he's here. This is chill. This is a very, another just, yeah, very methodical. These two teams are being pretty relaxed. Archangels finished now as he's starting up the Leandries, most likely. I don't think you go Blackfire this late into the game. I mean, late, it's 14 minutes, but you don't go Blackfire usually a second item. You pretty much always want it first because it's just so valuable. This Doggo does have the boots now. Thirster finished. As everyone does have their first item, except for Kyle, but who cares? You're Kyle. You're Kyle, you're support. As it is going to be the... Ooh, I don't love Yomu's, but it works. It's an option. As there are... Doggo doesn't have ulti, actually. Wait, this is huge. I don't know if AL know that CFO don't have the Doggo ulti. But Kyle getting shredded right now, and the hook not going to connect, but there's the flick back onto Kyle. Flandre gonna go forward. Shanks has so much damage, but he's not gonna get in. The bullet time finds Kyle, and Doggo's on the board now. And now it's ulti time. Kaiwing, time to tank. And the Herald is there. And Kaiwing just gonna tank the last turret shot, or the last shot of the curtain call for his team. And Doggo is 1,000 gold ahead. Man, he's up 15 CS. That was so well played onto the side, onto Kyle specifically, as Honkyu is getting jumped on by Flandre. Shanks is up here too. Tarzan and Shanks, this should be a dead Talia. And it will be as Flandre picks up that one, and then the Junja run away. And it's not going to be enough. Tarzan's flashed onto him. And now he's dead for good. Shanks picks up the third kill, his second of the game. And AL even out the gold again. This is, like, everything has a response. Like, AL, give up the Herald. They have a response play on it. And it sucks that Doggo just had to wait so long for his ulti, but he eventually gets it. But if he has it earlier, it's probably fine. Doggo tanks the first shot, which is fine. Like, what is Jin going to do? Everyone's almost full health. And even then, Rest has like 1,500. Kaiwing has 1,300. And Shanks is kind of the win con here for anyone's legend. Again, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. You're telling me that the guy who has been the main carry for this team for the entire year is the main carry for this team at Worlds? No way. I just don't like the I mean, he's going to be fine later because the move speed is very necessary for Jin. But I just don't love it at the moment. I just feel like, no, it's fine. I know it's fine. It's just I'm personally not a fan, is the correct way to put it. So Honkyu is going to start finishing off this top tier 1. His bottom tier 1 already fell, and the mid turrets are fine. Junja is stealing away some camps as Drake is going to go into the pocket of anyone's legend here. It's another Chemtech Soul. We've had a lot of Chemtech Souls. Like, a lot of Chemtech Souls today. As here comes the Rift Her Lad. Shelly on the Rift Kaiwing is going to get jumped on by Shanks here, but that doesn't really do anything to him yet. I think he wanted to crash it because he didn't want. As there's the jump in, and there's the bullet time as they lock down Tarzan. Rest gonna find one. Kyle is next to follow. Junja very low here, so he has to watch for Shanks on this on the re-engage. But CFO, perfect. They kill the turret. He loads the ulti because it doesn't target you. It won't target you until you connect. So you can point the finger, because I don't know if she does it on all her skins, but she points the finger and then chases you. And it looks really funny. But so perfect. They get the jump in on to Tarzan with the cease, the desist. I love saying cease, desist. It's so stupid. And you'll see Junja crashes. Junja doesn't want it because he knows that he's going to get pillared. So he gets it around, and then by the time the Herald crashes, already in, the flick back is there, and Tarzan has no chance to play. All 5 members of CFO focus firing into the Troll King. And Kyle just there to eat the damage to make sure that there is no further chase down onto his team. He is the sacrificial lamb of AL once again. Such is the case of being support. MF Pog. That is an adequate sentence. They have been playing out of their minds this tournament. They've been good. Internationally, they've had good plays. Obviously, you don't take 2 of the best teams in the world. You don't take games off of 2 of the 3 best teams in the world at a tournament without being good, but this is another level. They get the revenge on T1. They are, even if they lose, they are showing incredible resilience and play against a team that is currently in position to be a favorite to run the tournament. The LPL favorites now, after the other 2 have faltered. This is insane. This is a very scary Shanks. I will say that. This LeBlanc is terrifying. 5-stack Darksteel with the gun and the Shadow Flame already secured. So, danger. Black Cleaver on Junja is huge, though, as Kaiwing burning his cleanse, just to keep cycling, so he has shorter CD. As Doggo with the Mortal Reminder. You usually don't go that until 3rd, 4th item, but this is kind of a special situation. This is a, special situation where you're into a Rek'Sai as Junja starting it here. Doggo is pushing out this top wave. There's an answer from AL. We've seen so many plays from CFO and AL right now around this Atacon. Dear God, do we see so many plays from Atacon as Hope half healths, is already half healthed. As here come the top laners. Both of them teleporting, and they're gonna have to get him out of there. As Shanks trying to jump in onto Hongq, but they've hit him out to safety. As Kaiwing getting the jump, as there's the bullet time to zone, and Flandre has found rest, and it's got to be a disengage from CFO. They don't have their tier 1. No one has their tier 1s. Flandre finds one. The Atacon goes over to AL. Is this the fight? Junja in the middle of everyone, and it's not going to be good for him, as there's the Void Rush. Doggo falls, and down goes CFO. Triple for Flandre, and it's AL. Guess what? Evening the gold in a team fight as a 5-for-1 CFO. Not good. That's bad. Very bad. Uh-oh. And yeah, rest way too deep here. And then Hongq has to disengage. The Tilia wall was not great. And then the bullet time, just a zoning ulti. But rest way too deep. He needs to go out instead of in right there. And then a great route from Hope. It just doesn't get it. 50-50. I thought it was way further, but no, 50-50 means that it doesn't connect. And then the chase down is just there as there's a fight right now. And Kaiwing is in the middle of it all. And Shanks picks up number 4. And they need that snap engage to make sure that Shanks gets locked down. It's so hard to do that. And Shanks continues to be the carry. And it's a 1k gold lead for AL. Drake should be theirs. It will be their 3rd of the game. And this is getting dicey. AL have just found their fights. As, uh-oh. Doggo positioning safely. as he doesn't have the damage yet. The Bloodthirster does give a lot of damage, but Mort does not. Mortal gives not that much, as they found Flandre, which isn't really that big of a deal. Is Doggo gonna just back off here? Ow, that hurt. I stepped really hard on a piece of metal. So it's a lot more, it's more than 1k just because of how many petals you get and how much XP you get. It's vague. The value is vague and indefinite. Or undefined. Indefinite, I mean, technically it is indefinite as well, as you can keep doing it, but the word would be infinite in that case. But it is undefined. It's a nebulous amount of damage. The only thing that's certain is the XP. It's an unknown amount of stats because you get it for each takedown, as they've actually found Tarzan, and that's going to be 2 locked down, and that's going to be Tarzan taken down. Can CFO do anything with this, as Kyle is next on the chopping block, but Shanks has found one, but he's so low as the Void Rush in onto Doggo. Doggo falls to Shanks, but Honkyu can't find him, and Flandre still going forwards here. AL continue to find the fight wins, and Hope trying to get the red, and he will. And he got it. That's value. It's a 2 for 2. But it's more bad. It's more for Shanks and Hope. Hope gets a lot there too. This is dangerous for CFO. They keep finding the members that they don't want to find. The RFC now online for Hope. If this is 2.5 items Shanks, he has the stasis available. Baron on the Rift. Not really an angle, though, as IE's up next for Doggo, and he's got to go find it. Because, I mean, that's going to be a lot of damage. 50% crit with the, I think it's 60% damage or something, increase. I never actually checked the number. I just know it's a lot. On top of your ultimate is so valuable because MF ulti has a crit chance, of course. Or I guess it's not crit chance, it scales with crit damage. It's phrased where technically both of those are the correct way to are correct. It's just how you want to phrase it. One is more correct than the other, and I don't know which one it is. As Shanks, they need the vision control so badly, but just it's so hard to maintain it with quad sweepers on the Rift and constant control wards. As the Steel Sigil's available, Junja building towards the GA. If they can get that, it's something. Honkyu has been pretty silenced, but that's not bad. As Doggo, Kaiwing just going to threaten their Tarzan. I don't think Kaiwing really wanted to hit that. And Doggo has the W, which is so good. Look at all these traps. As what are we looking at for? Is this a? Let's see. I'm trying to think of what it is. Is this going to be Locket? It's probably Locket because he has the Kindle Gem with the Null Magic. So it's probably just going to be that. Shank's almost at level 16, about halfway to level 16 now. This is a dangerous game that they play, as I think he has the Zanya's finished. And Zanya's LeBlanc is almost impossible to take down. No, it's going to be Magi's. Just because you go stasis, and then you have all your spells back up, so you can actually just leave. And there's the Sorcery Potion, so some true damage going to be coming through from this LeBlanc. So GA not quite there. This is an angle. No, not Dreadnought. That's the passive. Deadman's for Tarzan here. Drake in 26 seconds. It's Drake's soul. CFO do have to answer this as... Yeah, he's not going in with that. Let's be real. As Rest is found, and Shanks is going to chunk him to half. Wait, Rest walks out of it. As jumping in, Flandre wants to get Honkyu. And Junja is going to tank the Ignite. Rest has base and TP available, but he has no Sterax now, importantly. As they're just going to call for shove. They're just going to call for shove here. They can't really force Baron. As Rest teleporting in, and he's teleporting way too shallow here. He's caught, but he's actually able to get out before the tether is really there. They have control of the Baron Pit, but how long will that last? As Shanks is fishing for it. He's looking all over. So they're looking for anything. Is Tarzan running forwards now? His Ruthless Predator is secured, and they're jumping in onto Tarzan. Kyle has not found anything, but the curtains have opened, and Kaiwing will be the first to fall to them this game, as there's one already gone. Flandre jumping in. Doggo is all alone, and he is down. Tarzan in rest. Then Tarzan finds the engage. Rest runs away. CFO fall. And anyone's legend will make sure it's AL in the LPL in the 3-0 here. As CFO will have to play again in 2 days for their shot at the knockouts. AL will secure their first top 8 at Worlds in their first appearance. And they've beaten everyone there is to beat, it seems. And they're going to top 8, deservedly so. I mean, yeah, you look at it. HLE the first day, Genji the second, and then they take down maybe the... I won't say the best team at the tournament. I still think it's Actually, I think it's AL now. That is the best team at this tournament. It has to be. Just factually speaking, it is AL. It's just so good. This team is scary. CFO put up a good fight, but AL take them down. And as I said, they've beaten everyone there is to beat at the tournament now, besides KT. And maybe BLG, but that's about it, as they take their spot in the 3-0 with KT Rolster. What a weird pairing. AL, maybe you could see it. KT was not one anyone was seeing coming into this. Like, what? Like, no. No one was expecting KT Rolster to take this spot. But they did. They did it. And so, I mean, wow. Oh my god. I was hoping that CFO would pull it back in the third game, but it just was not going to happen. AL snap. I mean, they just shut the door on them in that last game. They made sure there was no chance for anything. No comebacks allowed, and it is... That's decided. AL and KT Rolster have locked themselves into the knockout stage as the 1 and or 2 seed. It doesn't really matter, as they won't face each other anyways. It's random draw to see who they will face in the first round of the playoffs. And that's like 5 days away. So we can go check out how this is going. CFO will have to continue to wait, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately for them, they will have to continue to wait for, what do you call it? For their shot at the advancement. As they look good, but it wasn't enough. As, oh no, I forgot the matches for tomorrow. I forgot TSW drew FlyQuest, which is the first game tomorrow, followed by Genji D1, G2 BLG, which is either going to be terrible or good, and there's going to be no middle ground. And 100 Thieves HLE, which will be very bad. But that is it for today. That is depressing. I was really hoping CFO did it, but they looked really good, and I'm hopeful for... When are they playing? I think they're playing Wednesday? Next Wednesday? Oh, we have 2 days off? Hell yeah. So next Wednesday, I think, will be the 2-1? Yeah, because there will be 4-2-1 teams after. There will be 4-2-1. Hold on, I'm doing math. 4-2-1, 4-1-2, 6-1-2. Okay, yes. So I think that's the math. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll figure it out as we go. But all I know is that they're probably playing Tuesday, as they want to get the 2-2 teams started. This has been the kimchicast. I've been Monk's Kimchi. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last best of ones of the entire year. After this, best of 3s and 5s only, but it's really only best of threes really until like a week from now. So whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 4.